We're live.
Hello.
Hello, everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And the next episode on the Truman Show. I even don't know how to read this. So yeah, bro, really appreciate you come here.
Thank you for having me.
And I think will have some good time because your story is amazing and really I wanna hear because you're a fucking young dude and it's always impressed me like so many young people like do something on the early age and but at the same time they have the same struggle or even different struggle than any other people and I think like everyone need to realize there is some story behind every person. So what's your story?
So, I am a 21-year-old bar owner here in the beautiful city of Pattaya. And, sorry, I lost my train.
Yeah, like start from whatever you want. I think it's where are you from?
Yeah, I'm from California, USA. So, my first time coming to Thailand, I want to say I was 19 years old. This was back in 2022. I was just here like on vacation, maybe just a couple days. I was supposed to be going to the Philippines, staying there for a few months with step family, but my family was just like, "Hey, we want to take you to Thailand," and I was like, "What's in Thailand?" You know? So I came here and was just like, "Wow, like, this is such an amazing place." And this was around the time I want to say that marijuana just started becoming legalized in the country. And I was just noticing like how it was really taking off here. And I was like, there's a lot of business opportunity out here. And so we happen to know somebody here already, a family friend of 12 years, I want to say, who had a couple shops already just doing massage. And I brought the idea to her about, maybe we can mix cannabis with massage, some kind of cannabis lounge for massage. So that was kind of the main idea at first, and it was more of like a long-term goal at first, but so I ended up going to the Philippines for a few months and then coming back for 1 week and just finding a good deal on a place, and it was just accessible, and I was like, you know what, let's do it. Let's put the investment in, let's get some money. So that's how it started. It started with just the cannabis and massage shop.
Together on the
together.
one place.
Yeah.
Oh my fucking god!
Yeah,
This
nice
is how
cannabis
this is
lounge.
how I like it. Like you can basically have like foot massage and you can smoke.
You can smoke. We have beer.
Oh,
We have
damn.
alcohol. Had everything.
Man, this
Yeah.
it's all like I was with my father in Phuket and I remember like it was restaurant and later we go to the massage. So we take drinks from the bar to the massage on the beach. So it's like wow, this is epic. Like bottle here, you drink and you get massage. Wow. So it's still working.
At the moment, it's not. It's so I ran that shop. I want to say for maybe a year. I wasn't here for most of it. I was here maybe. I came back September of 2023 and ran it for I want to say 2-3 months and got it to a breaking even point because in the beginning it was a big struggle. We weren't getting any customers. It was a low season in the city, so it just wasn't what we wanted it to be. So my investors that I had with me were thinking either we're gonna sell it or I'm just gonna take everything over. He basically wanted out. So I was like, okay, well, give me a couple months. Like, let me go there for a couple months and see what I can do. So I went there, worked on it for a few months, got it to break even, and so forth. So after that, I was supposed to go to the Philippines for a month, and I'm there for maybe a week. And I'm on the phone with my dad, and I'm like, the Philippines is great. I love the Philippines so much, but I really miss Thailand. Like, it's just, something about being there. And he's like, well, I'm going for a week. Why don't you come visit me? So I came out and I booked my ticket, came out. And he knew that I wanted to get into something more. I wanted to get into the bar kind of industry because the demographic for people who drink compared to people who smoke is a lot different.
Yeah.
So, once again, like the first time we did, I just wanted to do some research, just look around a little bit. But I happened to find a spot in that week I was there, got a nice deal on it, and just fell in love with it. And ever since then, so made that deal and did a couple like paperwork things over the next few weeks. Went back to the Philippines, came back, and we've been open since December 19th of 2023.
I want to ask you about you said you have some investors. Like
Yeah.
it was your friends or like how it looks
It's
like?
it's like family and family friends. So like people I've known for a long time and people who have been to the city before kind of know what it's like and are interested in doing business as well.
Okay. So this is like also like your friends, like people who you know, like you.
Yeah, it's people that they're much older than me.
Mhm.
They're like friends of my parents kind of
Okay.
thing. But they've known me for many years and
Okay.
like always been very close with them.
Yeah, and it's like investment here. It's it's much lower entry point. For what I know, right, compared to anything what you can do, in US and Europe. So I think it's not like, oh yeah, let's see what's going on and they put all money. Like you could basically start from there, like not much money.
You can start with pretty much nothing.
Yeah, 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 exactly.
Just
Yeah.
a small investment can get you going. What really starts to cause struggle, I would say, is when you don't account for overhead costs and certain things that come up. Like things break, people have issues, and like there's just extra stuff that comes out of it.
Yeah.
That it adds up for sure.
And it's also I think the part when you can actually rent everything. You don't need to like put the money, buy stuff. Even the open business is not like like you need to have really the preparation here. Like something not working, you just close. And then you start some other things. And I think it's on your age, and I mean on for everyone who want to try new things, it's all about to do things. Like just try it. You never know if it works or not. Like you never know. There's no guarantee of anything, right? Like especially now it's low season, so it's also show you like, okay, what you can do, how it works, and everything, right? Like you are like you starting an adventure, but I know your motivation and even like going to this direction. It's already like a lot of open gates, because like even Thailand changed 3 years. It's crazy,
changes
even,
every week.
Yeah, even about the COVID, like it's still now it's changed all the time, and even the weed industry. Like how is in California? It's legal now. It was always legal, I think, right?
It hasn't always been legal. It first started off by medical, so like you could get medical cards and get weed that way, and then eventually became recreational. But still, in the United States, it's not federally legal.
Yeah.
So some states, like there's still like a lot of laws against weed, but more and more states are becoming recreational.
Mm-hmm.
But it's all like it's a big money thing.
Yeah.
As far as legalization.
Yeah, it's here is quite like everyone have a different story. Last time I have also a guy who was have also the farm and everything, right, and trying to like do export and like law change, and it's all about the people. It's all about what you're doing and how you're doing. Like so you don't do it anymore, like the weed shop, right?
So it's currently like in the process of coming back. So what had happened with my old space was I had a falling out with my Thai partner. She just had situations with like credit card debt and stuff like that she couldn't handle, and she basically just ran away.
Okay.
So we got rid of that space, but I also as well as my bar, I have a 24-room guest house attached like in the same building, and I'm planning on creating like some kind of little weed shop like in the lobby area. I'm still debating on if I want to maybe add a couple massage chair, like foot massage chairs, and we also have open rooms that we can use as like full body massage. So I'm currently working on getting my new license. Because I changed vocations, I had to get a new license.
So it's like also like new ideas, I think, on your side. Like like there's many things like what people didn't discover. Like people come here, they copy everybody else, and they don't know there's like much possibility. Especially now, what we talk a lot about the online stuff, right? It's starting, it's booming. We have my first guest was Jason, and you know him very well as well. So like it's I just even talked to him yesterday when when he start going very well. But it's still like all about testing. People come here checking how he do copy and everything, and like I said to him, like it's perfect because it's open you new market, and if many people will be doing, it will be more the people promote by itself, and the market will grow for everyone. Like some people think like, oh, he do it the same, he take some percentage of the market. No, if more people do it, for example, the streaming and everything, like in Thailand this way, like in the bar, it will help everyone because people see on the kick like, oh wow, there's one bar, two bar. People more come to this direction to watching this. So it's like before it was iPad. Story of iPad. You hear about this? Yeah, the story of when the iPad appeared. Yeah. So on the beginning, like nobody want to use this. So the iPad was quite expensive, and the other companies, like the Dell, like Huawei and everything, they just do it the same, even cheaper, right? And people thinking like, whoa, like so many competitors now. Yeah, but it's opened totally new market for the iPad, for the tablet, right? So basically, it helps without promotion, helps also sell the Apple, right? So like everyone get benefits because people start using this what was not on the market right now. Like how many bars? Like it's nothing. It's the potential of the do stream and the live stream IRL and everything is crazy. I think we're on the beginning of the possibilities on
The
the
beginning
online
of
world.
the future.
Yeah,
That's what I would say. Yeah.
Especially now, like I start using the ChatGPT on my post and everything. Like I know it exists, but still, like how to use this, how to get the potential of this, it's crazy, right? So I think we need to be open about the like you are the young generation, but you have a 18 years old dudes, 16 who already like doing something like what the hell like you doing like they're up
Right,
front
they're
of
ahead of
many
the game.
things. Yeah, you see
Yeah.
this, right?
Yeah, most
Like
definitely.
yeah. So I'm thinking like a dinosaur, so I need to reach what's going on, but at the same time I put on different understanding about business, right? Like first people for me always, later technology, and how to make the technology works for the people, not opposite,
Right.
So this is my goal. So what's your goal right now, like the main things?
Well, my main motivation for getting
Yeah.
into business in general is like we were talking about. I just want to show the younger generation, people my age, that it can be done. You can take that risk. You can step outside your comfort zone and go to a different country and do honestly anything that you want to do. Because for me, obviously, my original plans is it's like most kids, go to college, get a regular job, happy life,
Yeah,
happy
you still have
family.
the stories like this.
Yeah.
Still it still exists.
Yeah, it's still the same, and I got accepted into college. Every college that I applied to, I was accepted, but I was, I want more, and I was lucky enough to visit different countries at a young age. My first time leaving the country, I want to say I was 15. I visited the Philippines, and then that same year, I did like a Europe tour. So after I saw what it was like outside the country, I was like, yeah, no, none of that.
Yeah, it's like the traveling open you the perspective. I think, right? You see the people, you just see the different combination, like people who finished school or not finished. Are like, whoa, this is the same people. Like it's not different. Like the people who like, oh, I finished something. Like, yeah, but I don't see the like application for your knowledge, especially now.
Right.
Like you learn stuff on the school. What is already like.
But what do you really learn?
Yeah,
It's like,
yeah.
will it help you like throughout life? And most people I know, like I have friends who are finishing school, and they're telling me like, you know what, like I thought this is what I wanted to do, but now I'm not so sure. They say I feel like I wasted 4 years of my life and wasted money going to school, and I don't even know what I want to do. While it's me, I didn't go to school, but I'm exactly where I want to be. Like I fell in love with business. At a young age, I've always been into the hustle, making something happen from nothing. And I feel like Thailand worked for me, and I felt very comfortable here. It's very convenient, very low cost of living, and it created an opportunity for me.
Yeah.
And I want to show that I'm not just messing around,
Yeah.
I'm really getting stuff done.
Yeah, I think like it's always will be like messing around somehow,
Yeah.
right? But if you go a so direction and you already meet people who do something, then it's already like stuck on the level. Like okay, like I cannot fail on the way. Like I fucked up for like weeks, right? Like I have like my days and like I was like fuck like where I am, and but the time when I come back, it's much faster than before. Like like
It's always faster.
Yeah.
It's
So
always changing.
yeah, so like I trying to like to improve every time. It's like okay, maybe I cannot do that much today, but at least I do something. At least I put some steps. At least I sit 1 more hour, 2 more hours, and trying to do some posts. Do it this one. Like yesterday, like 11 p.m. It's like okay, I need to be guest of some other people podcast. It's okay. So I post a few things and everything, and I get response. I wake up and I like the day when I do something on the night. And on the next day, I have a response. So it's like wake up, like checking messages. It's like fuck yeah, okay. Like you see the things what you done, and it's like instant gratification. It's working,
It
right?
drives you. It keeps you going.
Yeah,
Once you
yeah.
see a little bit of progress, it's like I can't stop now.
Yeah.
It makes you want to, full throttle, just dive straight into it.
Yeah. Get closer, just a little mic. No, you can just take mic. Yeah,
let me see.
yeah. Maybe your voice is.
I talk a little bit quiet. Yeah.
No, but the sound will be great anyway. Like I
Yeah.
just want to like so be. I think voice will be more deep, so people will be thinking like you're more serious.
No, not so.
Like on the radio, on
Yeah.
on Joe Rogan show. So yeah, man. like I'm learning also from you, like seeing like what you're doing and everything. Like last time you talked on your bar, like like about a lot of potential about the place and the possibilities. Like I like to just go and like see like okay, there is some dude with some passion. Like how we can grow together on the find the way. Because for me it's like it's all about looking for opportunities. Like I don't looking like people who like have something. I'm looking like okay, how I can add to this. Like, and many people I know like before they treat me like, oh, you want something from my cake. Like I don't care about your cake. Like this is where we are. It's just beginning. Like you don't understand. Like we are on the fucking elementary school on the possibilities.
Right.
The potential of the Thailand, and especially about the it's like Europe or US on the 90s, like when people do it something and actually everything growing. Cambodia it's quite like this. Like many like online business in Cambodia, it's grow like flowers. In the 1 month it's you have things like Lazada. There's some Polish guy who makes something similar like Lazada, and it's like booming, like $1 million business for in few months, because nobody do it. So especially like internet go faster and everything, people have access to smaller city to the internet. So it's like a it's grow totally new market. And good things about the Thailand, which I think even US don't have the infrastructure about the 5G and the internet and the fast internet. This is huge potential, because even for the stream you have a limits about the data. In Thailand you have no limits and you have full speed, so you can basically stream, you can do everything, you can walk the IRL and everything. And like compared to Philippines, bro, this is like this is like top 5.
Yeah, for
Thailand,
sure.
right? The
Yeah.
Philippines like the last place on about the speed on the internet. When I go to Philippines, even I try and make video call, I cannot make video call. And it's like potential is the same, everything the same, but the infrastructure it's different. And I think that we should use more things connect with the like online world. First about the promotion, the streaming is great. Like the point is like there's so many ways how it can be done. Like even though Jason that do, like there you can do it on the 20 different ways, 50 different ways. There's so many other concept what people can do. You see on the like for sure because you are from this generation, like the old streamers sitting at home with their like who's this like Speed, KSI and all the dudes, Adi Ross. So like they basically make entertainment, but they're like all in, like they fucking create crazy content. But like they really like for them it's like turn on like every day, right? Like they wake up with the stream on, right?
Right.
Yeah. So you also like into things like this. You try and do things like this
Yeah, I try to do especially
because you also do music.
yes, I do
Yeah,
music.
yeah.
I'm a rapper. My rapper name is Jay Greasy. I make hip hop rap music.
Yeah, I checked
and-
last time. Last time, man. Yeah, awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, I've been doing music, I want to say, for maybe since I was like 17, 18 years old. I kind of got into it, and I was serious about it for a couple years, but I wanted a plan B, just in case music didn't really work out how I wanted to. And even if it does work out, it's always nice to have something to fall back on. And I've always been in love with business, so I was like, this is perfect for me. I'm gonna work on this for a couple years, get my business to where I want it to be, and then pursue my music.
But I think it's always the same because you build your brand. So even if you make your space, make business and everything, you can, surround with the people of a club, place and everything. And, good money, it's also from the music, it's from the concert, not actually from the sales.
Yeah, most money I would say comes from like going on tour, doing
Yeah.
shows and stuff like that,
Yeah.
depending who picks you up.
Yeah, that's, because from the like old school stories, the producers, take a lot of percentage, the management and everything, but it makes sense if they raise you up, if they build your contracts and the visibility and the promotion, it's cost money, like I'm basically my goal for next year, I want to be promoter or manager of the fighters, right? So I also learn a lot of things about this one right now. And like I just want to start of course small to learn from the small league, like not go maybe to the UFC like with some people. Of course if it's happened like some fighter get the
Right.
visibility and everything, but at the same time I want to I want to teach them about the building the brand, and not only be the best fighter but also be the good businessman and understand how to promote self, how to how to be visible, because like even if you're the best place in Pattaya, whatever you do, you need to promote your place, right? You need to keep going.
Without
and
promotion, your business dies.
yeah,
Yeah.
I have many friends, like they have amazing ideas, amazing concept and everything, and like yeah, man, like content, it's nothing. Content is it's important if you have a like if you have a content, but you don't have promotion, marketing, and everything. It doesn't matter your content because you don't have anybody who watching, right? So it must work both way, right? Some people who have a shit content, they have a crazy amount of views and they're rich as fuck because they just do it. They just do it. They don't care about the quality. They just do it. And I have many samples. I have one guy who also make a YouTube channel, and he like overthinking about everything, trying to be the perfect. And the other one do it vlog every day from phone, from the front camera also, right? And he just edit the same day. I even worked with him a whole day. I didn't know when he even record the video, and on the evening he just edit on his phone, right? And he have a already video, right? And he post, and he do it constant for like 2-3 years, and he beat him already 3-4 times in 2 times less. Like in the 3 years, he do it the same what he do it 6 years, and he also triple his results, right? Because he don't overthink, like many people overthink, wanna be the best. I mean, me also like, like I'm also like thinking like, okay, this better camera, this one, just do it. But the process to getting better is when you do it, when you don't think too much, because it can stop you.
I've noticed like what works for me the best is just always be myself, not try to do what everyone else is doing, and do what makes me feel comfortable. I don't have to act like I'm a big superstar for anyone, or just be yourself. That's what I've noticed that works out the most, because even if it doesn't get you to where you want to be, you're still comfortable and you're still in a good situation.
And I think also like you don't know the real things behind if you watch someone, because you can watch something but you don't know the real work what they done. So sometimes it can be fake things. You watching someone and like, oh, he get money because of this and this and this, because of this post, because of these things, Instagram, whatever. But actually, he can get money from totally
many
different stuff.
Ways. Yeah.
And it's happened many times. Before I have a guest who also talk about the, restaurant, basically restaurant and bar business. Like many owners of the restaurant, bars, and all the things connect with the food and the drinks and everything and the party. Like this is not their main business. They have many other source of income, and this one is just additional. Many times it's just for socialize, for the networking. Many clubs in US they just build to bring
just
people,
to have fun,
to have fun, to bring friends and everything. But they do it networking, right? Invite people, buy bottle, bring girls and everything, just to also have a good time with the people, right? And I also have before of a coffee shop when I didn't generate money, but I have a great place to be with my friends, with my team. So for me, it was like a meeting room when we have a coffee, when we have a drinks, when we have a some food and everything. So it's allowed me to stay on the place and my place, have a good coffee, good food, and a nice vibe. And I think right now it's for you also. Like you stay in your place, like it's like your second home, huh?
Pretty much. I mean, what I like about it the most, I would say, like aside from the business, is just how family oriented it is in my business. Me and my staff are very close, and it's I get to talk to them every day, socialize every day. It's like a family. And it keeps me grounded for sure. And it's home away from home, I'd say.
Oh yeah, you need to build this up, right?
Yeah.
So it's your home now?
Pretty much, yeah. I live here full time now. Yeah.
Some people like, especially Thai people say like, so when you come back to your home, and like, what do you mean? Like I live here. Like
never.
No, but you come back, right? Like I said, no, I live here. Like
right.
It's hard for understand for them because they always have like hometown and everything when they come back to place where they used to live, like in the North Thailand and everything. But like for me especially, like it's my home, and of course I have like family there, like parents and everything, but it's my home, and I like you, like I love many things here, and it's like the problems and the issues is not don't bother me that much. This is not big problem whatever happened. Like I know it's compared to Europe because I never even been US, but it's quite similar, right? Like Europe become like US, so the law and everything become very similar. And it's whatever problem you have there, it's this big problem about everything, registration card, this one, taxes. This is like the biggest problem ever, like 60-70% problems about the papers, the documents, just to survive, to handle like daily things, and it takes you so much energy when you don't have power to even think about business. When you don't have power to think about idea, you just need to survive. You need to
In
deliver
survival
documents.
mode. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's almost impossible these days, especially in the U.S., for people my age to take care of themselves. You
yeah,
know, even older people are struggling these days. You have to be a millionaire just to go out and eat fast food, or just enjoy yourself.
yeah.
So honestly, I couldn't even see how anyone my age is gonna be successful unless they're doing something like social media or anything that's online, because that's really the only decent way to make a really good living nowadays.
Yeah.
And I feel like eventually that's gonna be the main way to get rich.
But even about the online, you always need to have people around. So it's the what you said about the family vibe and everything. You need to have this even if you do it online business, right? Because you need to have someone who like even me, like someone who edit my video, right? Someone who like it's a lot of connect with the background what people don't see. Like, okay, you make podcasts, oh, okay, you make bar, like, yeah, but there's many things around. The staff take care of the drinks, the people who clean your place, like there's so many things what people don't see. Like
It's a
someone
team
just,
effort. Yeah.
yeah. And when people just go and like, okay, we have place, but you don't know, how many people work about this one, to make everything like, like how to basically have a standard good service, even about the drinks, even about, like how people, talk and everything, which is super important. Like, people attitude, like it's the biggest part. So and later if you treat them well, they treat the customers well, right? And I think it's like many people forget about this one. Like in Europe, on Poland, when I come back last time, like when I go to some place, like I feel like I make them buy something, and they treat me like I'm like stranger. Like, why even go to this place to buy? Why disturb them to buy something from them, because they need to give me the product, show the product and everything, and you feel like
It's like, why
they,
am I even here?
yeah. And I said,
Yeah.
oh my god, sorry to come to your place.
Sorry to
Like,
give you my money, but
yeah. And I think it's like it's also like how you set up the things. Like if people understand, if I'm good, like you will be also okay, right? You also get money, you also good to have a place, you also have a support. And many people forgot about this one, to hiring people. Like it's not about hiring, it's about, and you feel better also if you have the people like family. You feel better every day,
yeah,
that's
I would say we have some of the best hospitality for sure. Because, I mean, you see most places, especially like in the main areas, it's just a lot of people trying to get money. It's like, oh, are you going to buy me a drink? Do you have money for me? This and that. But you never really feel like, you're in that kind of bar environment. You're having fun. You're enjoying the staff. You're enjoying everyone that's around you. And I feel like that's what sets us apart. We have very friendly staff, and we don't want your money. We want you to have a good time. That's our main priority for sure.
and the money come, like if you do it this constant. We talked about this last time, right? Like if you do it, good service, people are happy and everything, they invite other people, like you don't know later where the people come, but you need to like be patient about this. Sorry. Like you said, people want to they get the money too fast, they get money right now, like order now, order, you want this one, buy me drink and everything, and you feel like, okay, you stay here, but maybe it's like this.
But then you're thinking about like, oh, if I don't buy her another drink, she's gonna leave,
Yeah.
and stuff. And we don't like that. It's like, even if you don't buy us anything, we're still gonna have a good time with you. That's what we want to do.
My friends who you met last time, but basically they've been in Thailand many times. Like in 1 year, they come in like 10 times. They've been like many bars, restaurants, and everywhere, but they didn't realize the rules about the lady drinks. They didn't know like how it works. Like they didn't know like they have a half everything, and then maybe like many people also don't know, right? Like we think for us like it's standard, it's normal, but many people just come for holiday. They don't know like how everything works, especially about the girl who work in there. They don't know like they do it just this service. They do it like it's not obvious for everyone. Like it's the rules what's exist
No
about
one
the bar.
expects it. It's a very different like thing. It's not in every country. I've only really seen it in Southeast Asia. I'm sure there's other parts of the world where it's like that as well, but that's just what I've seen. It's only been here. But most people don't know. They come here and they're like, oh, girls everywhere, you want a drink? Sure, because that's like, in the U.S. it's customary. If you're with somebody and yeah, sure, I'll buy you a drink, something like that. But we don't think too much of it.
Yeah.
But here it's like that's their system, that's their work, that's what they're supposed to do. So, yeah, a lot of people don't get it when they first come here, but for people like you, we lived here for so long. It's like we know the system.
How you compare the tip mode, or like the in service in US compared to Thailand? Because this is quite different, like giving a tip, because I see also like many videos basically on the US, like like even delivery, like they expect you must tip them and
so
everything.
tip culture and how it is right now in the U.S. is very bad. Like everyone expects like at least like 18% tip minimum, and sometimes it's just like for what? Like tip you for doing your job. I don't mind tipping people. Like if it's exceptional service and I feel like you deserve a tip, no issue. But I'm not gonna tip somebody just for doing their job.
Yeah.
That's what your boss pays you for.
Yeah, exactly. And also like I don't like place because when of course there's like more foreigner restaurant and everything, they always have the 10% service charge and I have 7% tax. And but it's not included on the price. So basically about small letters it's like almost 20% more, right?
Right.
Which it's general, like okay, and you later give a tip, but later you see like, oh, it's 20% already there. So like you have the service charge, which is tip, right? And then you still like they want tip even more from this place like this. So that's what I don't like. For me, it's like price is price, right? And then if I want to give something more, that's how I give. Not like it's include the tip there, and they plus they expect also pay more, right?
Right.
Yeah. But I see many videos like the like delivery and everything, whatever order they like expect $5, $10. Like oh my god, like it's a like here it's a lot of money, right? And giving like this, it's destroy already the cheapest part of being here, because if you order like for $10, I need to give like $5 tip. It's not make sense.
Now it's 15.
Yeah.
It's like yeah.
It's quite different, yeah. And I think it's and people are there's people who or whatever shops, they even don't expect, they're nice anyway, like sometimes when someone deliver me, like because I pay before the card and everything, and like they always nice. You realize this, like a Grab driver.
Yeah,
delivery.
the hospitality here is way different. In the service that you get here, everyone has a smile on their face. Everyone's super happy to help you.
Yeah.
Most people here are willing to go out of their way to make sure that, if you need to get somewhere or you need something, that they can help you out. In the U.S., it's not really the same. It's a lot of, especially like young people. Like it's a lot of young people. Oh, I just want my money. I want to clock in. I want to clock out. I don't really care what's going on, and it's very shitty. It's not good. I think if it was more like Thailand, it'd be a better place. But unfortunately, it's just not. But I love the hospitality here. Anywhere you go, everyone has a smile on their face. Everyone is so happy to help you, even if you don't tip them. And when you do, it's like it means the world.
Yeah, it's give you more energy. Like like you feel good. You feel much better. Like for me, it's the standard just to being here and surround the people like this who have a smile on the face, who are really like you see them really happy, and you want to give them back later, and even like how I treat people, like when I drive and everything, like people are like they're not that crazy, they don't have the stress on the daily life. So I think it's much better. Like everyone have a challenges, everyone have a problem for sure, but I think the like the standard mode, like the default for them, it's much more happier. Just be thankful for every day. Don't think about like the future, like what's happened and everything. We worried about fucking like what's happened tomorrow every day, right? I mean, US, Europe, and everything. So it's quite different. For me, right now is the best place. Like I don't looking like the place when the possibilities. I'm looking about how I feel on this place, right? Like for sure the US can be better for many different ways. People say like, oh yeah, they pay you. I still don't understand this. Like people say this like, oh, but you in US you get paid by dollars, and it's much stronger currency. And like I don't see this. I don't understand this. I don't know why people compare this, because you can get. Doesn't matter. You need to exchange the money, right? So I don't understand. People say, "Oh, you earn dollars," and what? Like I need to pay dollars, right? Like I need to pay much more for the rent condo and everything, which is also crazy. Like the prices here, I pay for this studio. Let's say condo. Guess how much I pay?
How much you pay?
I guess
I would say maybe 15,000 baht a month. I'd say
8,500.
8,500, really?
Yeah.
There's a lot of amenities here. It's a
Crazy,
very
yeah.
nice. Yeah.
Yeah, I have a pool, I have a like ping pong, I have a swimming pool, I have a rooftop. Crazy, you know? Like it's like renting like some whatever for one night in US, like it's 100
Yeah,
$200,
something like, and
like
it's like,
rent this
yeah,
place,
the
right? Even
size
for
of
one
this
night.
area.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's crazy. So like it's that's why I have like the studio and my place, because it's for me it's much better, also you have a separate place and it's not cost a lot of money. So it's allowed you to just do it more things and try it more things.
A lot
So
more opportunities.
yeah, but you need to look on this way, and also you need to be like you said, you need to be do it your own way, because to be honest, like I listen many people on the like groups, and when you talk something and they try to share idea and everything, most of the people don't know what they're talking about. They have a theory like about living here. They never tried many things. They just listen story. But most of the people don't share the story about what they do. It's not about they don't want, because when I meet them, everyone is open. But online, they don't want to talk about this one because it sounds like crazy. And if you share this online, you get 100 haters who say, no, you cannot do like this, no, because of the law, no, because of this one, you should do this one, you should get document like this, okay, yeah, in theory, you are right of the paper, but not on the reality, like you can basically do it. It's not about against the law, it's about the system and the culture.
Right.
Like people think like, oh, but the law you need to have like this. Yeah, like even agencies like quite against the law, right? Because it's basically they make you do it most things more faster, about the visa, about documents, about company and everything, right? But it's how it looks like here. You can do it normal way, which takes you ages, right? So
Right.
someone help you, get some money, and it's done, and everyone happy. Agency, government, the people here.
Yeah.
So it's much
That's how
better.
I feel about that. A lot of people criticize the so-called corruption here,
Mm.
but honestly, in my opinion, it's all honest. Everybody's happy as long as everyone gets a little bit of what they want.
Yeah,
Then everyone's happy, and I don't see an issue with that. Especially if somebody's essentially doing it for you. Like as far as when I got my visa work done, the only thing I had to do was go stand in a line for maybe an hour.
yeah,
But that was it. All the paperwork that I couldn't understand was filled out for me. Everything else, like, it's handled for you. So
yeah,
I'd feel criminal not giving somebody some money for that.
yeah,
It's a service. It's criticized, but everybody wants it.
yeah.
It's one of those things that everyone needs.
It's like you said, because it's everyone takes some part. It's like mostly in US. Like if you have something like corruption, it means like you need to pay a lot of money for something. But here, like, it's worth it, right?
Yeah.
You get something, I pay you for this. It's worth, and they don't like overcharge you for
You don't
things
feel
that.
like you're being taken advantage of.
Yeah, yeah, it makes sense. Like okay, I can make documents. I have like one document to work because I registered my car and I need to have some documents. It's like, okay, I go one time, I didn't have the document, I need to come back, and I go again, it was closed, because I'm holiday. For sure, if I go again, but man, I will need something more, so I spend one more day. It's mostly like this. And I asked my agent, she said, okay, I can do for you 1,100 baht. It's like, whoa. So, yeah, like, if I go first, I will just save already 2-3 days, right? And gasoline to go there, check, stay on the line, asking again, take documents, like it's nothing. $30, right?
And you're putting money in somebody else's pocket. That's how I feel. It's like not only are they helping you, but you're helping somebody else out, and for the cost of what?
Yeah, and like you said, it's about putting money on someone's pocket, and in US, it's mostly you put the top government
Yeah.
through the like normal.
Everyone
Yeah,
pays the government in the
yeah,
U.S. And it's very shitty. Because there's a lot of struggling families in the U.S. We probably have, if not like the biggest homeless problem in the world.
Yeah,
You
that's
go
crazy.
certain places you go and you can't even walk down the street without feeling like you're gonna get harassed by someone or something, and um, it's sickening.
Yeah, I know.
It's not good. But and we work really hard, and we struggle to pay the government just for them to send our money to a different country.
Yeah.
And support wars and other things that don't benefit us whatsoever, except raise our gas prices, raise our food prices, and make it so some families can't eat. And it's becoming a real problem, I would
Yeah.
say.
But if you still living with your head and the situation and the like all the fucking propaganda what's going on in US, or you try to not focus on what's
Yeah,
going on there.
well, so right now, I feel like just because we're in such a vital point with our country, like this next election is really going to, in my opinion, determine whether or not America falls or not. So it's a
Mm-hmm.
little bit serious this year.
Mm-hmm.
So most of the time before, like I tried to stay away from like all the propaganda, and I'm a young guy. You know, when
Mm-hmm.
you're younger, it doesn't really matter as much, or at
Mm-hmm.
least you don't know that it matters. But now it's like, oh, it starts to affect my money, and I can't buy a house. I can't pay rent anywhere because it's through the roof. So I feel like now it's the most important to me. And but as far as propaganda, I don't really feed into it. I
Mm-hmm.
just kind of just shoo it away. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I don't really want any. I know what I know. You know, it's not rocket science. I feel like.
Yeah, like because it's a lot of discussion about this one, and I think the that's feed us still the the all what's happened in US, and of course they show it's like the king of the universe about what's going on, and it's connect with the other countries,
Like
but
deep state and stuff like that.
yeah,
Yeah.
and we see like even in Asia, you have a totally different also vibe because you don't get like many I didn't know for years who was the the Biden, right? Biden,
Biden.
right? Like I didn't know. It's like, oh really? Like I didn't know. Like why I must know? It's not touching me, right? And my friend like, yeah, you should know. It's like why? Like it's not connect with me. Like I'm in Thailand, right? Like I don't interested what's going on here, and it's not affect me because like if I see this something will be crucial about what I can do and everything, yeah. But so far I try to like to find the way around, and it's possible, like it's even much easier here. Like you cannot avoid paying taxes, right?
Yeah.
But here you can find, the way, for example, open business and everything, or you start something with the people, and it's much more easier to do it things around this one. And it's like I said, it's not connect with the like avoid pay taxes. It's about fit to the culture, giving people what and be honest with this one, be fair, the same like them, they fair, they're giving you a lot of space, a lot of open market possibilities, and the same you need to do, give them back. That's why I love about the Thailand. It's more about the local things, because you live with these people around. So even if you give the money to someone, pay for something, the money it stay on the circle. That's not going to the one person on the world,
Right.
to
It stays in the community.
yeah,
Yeah.
and you see this, like if you buy food, the person who buy food buy another things for themselves. They come back to you, buy beer and everything, right?
And that's
So
how it should be.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But because of the big corporations, especially in US and everything, so the money always go to the top, and it's never, people never see this. Even of the government, you pay a lot of taxes and everything, but the people who take care of the governments, they have peanuts. They have nothing
Right.
from this. So that's why they don't want to. They don't have the motivation to be nice to you, because it doesn't matter how much you pay, they get the same salary, right?
Right.
So they don't need to be nice. I mean, they can be nice, but they, at the same time they have a choice, and I think it's a most important part. Like if you struggle in your country and you see more and more problems, you have a choice. You're born in US, you're born on any country, but it's not mean you need to stick to this. But many people think like, oh, I need to die for my country.
Yeah, most people don't, especially in the U.S. We're raised to believe that oh, America's the best country in the world. Why would you ever want to leave?
American dream.
Yeah, like American dream, this and that, but it's all fake.
Yeah.
None of it is real. I would never want to spend like all my money there and keep I wouldn't feel safe having my money there, because there's always somebody higher up, a 1% who wants it. Rather it's here. Nobody wants my money, but I can easily give it to somebody, and I know it's gonna go to something good, and it might go forward. It might move to somebody else, who might need it as well. Here, I know when I spend money, I know it's going to a good cause. But in the U.S., it just feels like I'm just paying the 1% every day, just giving more and more and more money to the 1%, and you never see that money back.
Yeah.
And I think it's been this way for so long that people are blind. They made it like this. They made us all like white sheep. We work 9 to 5. We go to school. We work. By the time we finally retire, we can barely walk, because we've been eating all this food for 60 years,
Yeah.
doing all this bad stuff, and it's horrible.
Yeah, and most of the people take the US as a sample, like the best country, and even Thai people like, oh wow, you're from US, like life is better, you get much more things, everything looks, the salary and everything, like, yeah, but you don't know what you're talking about, like here you can have a noodle shop and you can get much more money, and the government take you much less money, and you can function much better, but it's, you always, like the grass is more greener on the other side, right?
Right.
So people need to see the perspective. That's why, the traveling, the looking place, talk to the people, not only, like, even the social media, which I'm, quite interesting about this one, because it's really like destroying me from inside, just to checking, looking and everything. And I found the strategy because, like, it's very hard to avoid the fucking scrolling, There's the propaganda, the system, the AI, all the algorithm. It's designed to keep you there. Like, you can be fucking a strong will, and you cannot get out from this. But I found a way with my business partner, because even if I'm watching the motivational shit all the time, right? Oh yeah, this is important, I need to watch this, right? It's the same. I just scrolling. It doesn't matter what I'm scrolling, because the algorithm will give me more, even like successful people and everything. So I'm still stuck on the fucking phone. So it doesn't matter if it's pranks, or it's the, Joe Rogan, or, Goggins and everything. It's the same shit. I'm still checking, looking, and spend a lot of time, give them the money from the ads and everything, right? Being on the fucking, the all the circle, the loop, what I cannot get out. But I found a way. I start, first of all, I start commenting. So I building my, let's say brand, and I, give some advice, reply some comments for the video and everything. So I'm not consume, I try to engage. So that was my number one things. Second, I see also like still a lot of bullshit coming up. So I tried like to follow only, let's say 50, podcasts, or like, some people and everything. And I just try to just watch them and engage with them. So this is my strategy. Like I said, I cannot get out from the scrolling, but I can do something with this to basically be effective, or be not consumer, but also the creator. Right.
Right.
So
you kind of you play the game.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would say being a part of the system at this point in age is just inevitable. But you're able to utilize it. And help it benefit you, and create a situation where you're benefiting others as well, and creating community, and just utilizing it in a good way, not just being stuck in the system, scrolling all day, and being like everybody else.
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard. Even compare yourself to other people, and then later the social media, they're showing you like, oh yeah, I want like this. Oh, okay, and then like, you become really, like fucking even more lazy. You think like you do something because you're sitting there, you watching, but basically your time, it's you go, like fucking hours.
It's like that hour just scrolling all day. I've caught myself a few times like just scrolling, and be like, okay, I need to go be productive.
Yeah. Shit, it's really hard, and but I think it's and also we talked about this one last time, because what was the word what I used, not preparation, but I forgot the word, like you basically like create the space when you like was one word, I forgot the word. It was connect with the like you cannot get out, so you need to set up things, right? You need to set up strategy for this, like, so at least you will have a phone, and it will be hard for you to avoid, but you can prepare the space and the way how you can use it, right?
And help it benefit you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this, I think, is the like important part, like like, okay, I know I'll be fucking assholes, and I still looking bullshit and everything, but how I can minimalize this, how I can do, less this, like I see, like even last time I watched Joe Rogan and everything, and even they said like, fuck, like when they go bathroom, they stay like for hour because they fucking scrolling, like they cannot go out, they cannot go to fucking toilet without the phone, right? So it's like, oh fuck, even Joe Rogan cannot get out. It's like, yeah, fuck. So it's okay, but he set up his activity for that level, like, so his life consume a lot of time, the work, the podcast, the UFC and everything. So even if he's scrolling, it's still a small part of his life.
What's about his his job, his work. So when you're in that kind of position, I feel like that goes with it. It's more like someone might see it as, oh, he's sitting on the toilet for an hour scrolling, but he's taking, even while he's shitting, he's still working.
Yeah.
He's still, if that's what he does. Obviously, I don't know what he's scrolling.
Maybe not. Maybe I mean the time when he's active, it's basically, let's say, like every day he does shit, right? So I mean he do good things. So like even if you go toilet for 1 hour, it's still okay. Then compare like some people who sitting like me sometimes few hours. So the podcast, the interviews, the other work, it's still, let's say, 8-10 hours a day. So you don't have time, to sit 6 hours because you have a meeting, because you need to go somewhere, because you need to fly somewhere and everything. So I think it's more about this one, just to put yourself, which I'm start doing also. Like I signed for some challenges. Like last time I signed for the BJJ, and I even signed for the competition. So that takes me a lot of energy and time and everything. But even if I don't want, I said okay. And then they asked me about the next competition. It's like, you want to go October? I was like, fuck. It's like, I said yes. Like, automate say yes, right? So I don't have choice. The same Spartan, right? Like, it's like 21 kilometers. Fuck it, Like I said, okay, yeah. And
that's not an easy task. That's like props.
Yeah. And I was crazy because like I didn't. The result was not important for me. Like, just to go there, just to try it, just to do some
just
challenge.
To get that experience, just to say you did it, and the fact that you did do it, it's an amazing thing.
It's teach you like the like discipline. I always say like it's not even my last post. It's not about motivation. It's not about discipline. It's about putting yourself to the position when you can have the challenges. Because I know like people say like, oh, you have a discipline and everything. Like, no, I just signed for something, and I like. Many people like ask me and I already say yes to them. So it's more about this one. So I just set up some kind of responsibility which I need to do it, right? So I just say yes. Someone said, can you make call? Can you make podcast? This one say yes. Of course on the way shit can happen and everything. But if you do it like more and more and more, so it just teaches you to be a yes man. You remember a movie Yes Man?
Yeah.
Yeah, with the Jim Carrey, right?
Yeah.
So it's something like this. You just say yes, right?
Yeah.
Someone on my BJJ, the kids ask me, Mario, you come tomorrow? And like, fuck, tomorrow? And I'm tired as fuck, Like, I said, yes, I'm calm. Yeah, I will come. And like, fuck, why I say this? And I need to go. I need to do something.
Teaches a good discipline. It's like, especially with business too. Like, of course, there was many days I'd wake up and be like, like, man, this is really tough. Like I just want to lay in bed all day and not do nothing. But you have to be disciplined. And pretty much perfect. That's my main thing about this business. It's I don't give myself any area to fail. Like it's kind of a big thing to expect from somebody, but I expect nothing but perfection from myself. And it's a good goal to set. It's okay if I mess up, it's fine, but having that discipline and striving for nothing but perfection, it keeps you very grounded. I'd say, in my opinion.
I see this on when you compare, for example, if I compare myself to fighters, like every fighter who just signed to be a fighter, they want to be the champion. They want to be the best. Nobody sign like, okay, like I'll be on the third league on my country and everything. No, everyone who put himself to the, fighting mode and everything, want to be the best. They want to be on the UFC, right? And they want to be champion, right? Nobody say it's okay, be top 10. Maybe there are some people like this, but most of the people, they want to be the best.
Right.
They believe they can be the best. Doesn't matter. Like Tony Ferguson, he lose how many fights? 7 fights in a row. Crazy.
It's crazy.
Yeah, and it's still.
He's a good fighter. He's a great fighter.
He is great. He was great fighter. I mean, he's still great fighter. Like, this is crazy what people don't understand. You thinking like he's not great fighter. He basically challenged with everyone from the top, right? Like, even if you lose, you are still great fighter. Like, it's people like...
He only fights competition. He doesn't really fight too many guys that are like unheard of.
Yeah.
He fights a lot of top guys.
Yeah. Steven now, like, who you fought last time? Who he lost? I forgot. Chisa, I think Chisa. He lose also with him, and before I think also with the Paddy, right? And in like fuck, like it's challenge. It's on this level. This is like top.
Yeah, it's top. It's from everywhere. Yeah.
Doesn't matter if you have someone from not on the rank, it's still fucking tough fights, you know, like it doesn't matter, you know, doesn't matter where you are on this level. It's always, you know, and it's that the people always deserve respect, you know. Like I'll be, you know, and I know also story in his quite mental problems before about Donny Ferguson, and I think maybe some people say it was the part because he didn't the fight Khabib the time, and like it was, you know, postponed on Hugh got sick, Khabib got sick, you know, the COVID time and everything, and it's and eventually he didn't fight him, you know. So and after this, you know, he lose with Justin Gaethje, and yeah, and there was his, let's say, fail, but like I said, it's not fail. I think it's the biggest his win. He get out from his mental issue, and you know it's allowed him to go in. Volkanovski was after before he fight with the Islam, he basically was on the alcoholic mode, you know, like he fucking drinking every day. So he signed only for the Islam because it's allowed him to get out from the, you know, drinking. So he, you know, it was on the short notice, and he signed, and he said like he was basically fucking drinking every day. So it's he signed again later because it's he go again, you know, to this mood, you know. And later he lose with Ilia Topuria. I always forget the name. You know, the other Spanish guy.
I know you're talking about.
Yeah, so I think it's many people like they put the challenge even on this level just to, you know, don't get crazy, basically get out from addiction. The same on me. Like I just need to sign for something just to keep going. I need to have some people around me just to keep going, to motivate me. But you are not alone here, right? I mean, you have your friend who live.
Yeah. So, well, when I first came here, I was back in September when I first came here to run my cannabis shop. I brought one of my friends with me who I also make music with as well. Shout out Xander. But yeah, so he was here for a month with me, and then he went back home. And my goal was to just, you know, it's nice, you know, being here is nice, but sometimes you feel like man, I kind of miss that, you know, just chopping it up with somebody from America, that kind of connection. And I'm very close to him too. So when I went back this previous time, I was like, yeah, you're coming back with me. So now at the moment, I have him living here. I'm trying to get him situated, you know, get him comfortable, really, you know, feel his way around for this, because he wants to live here as well.
Yeah.
You know, he wants to start something here and just really build his life. You know, that's kind of my way of you know, working towards my purpose. Just you know, showing more people that, oh, come outside the country.
Yeah.
Like, even if you don't move outside of the country, at least see it. You know, how can you say you've really lived life if you haven't been anywhere or really seen anything? And that's my biggest goal. I think as far as like promoting stepping out of your comfort zone, like I want to see the world. That's my biggest. When I'm comfortable enough, I'm gonna travel everywhere. I want to see all different parts of Asia, Europe. I'd like to go to the Middle East and South America, just see everything. Because I've really only been to different parts of Southeast Asia and Europe. It's the only place I've been to.
Where have you been in Europe?
I've been to France. I was there for maybe a couple days. I stayed 1 month in Berlin. So a lot of Germany. I went to Amsterdam, Spain, Sweden, and there was one more. I don't remember, but it was kind of a crazy, because this is when I started getting into like partying and stuff. And I never really I drank like small things, you know, like at social events, stuff like that. But I was never really into drinking. And my first day, so I flew out there with one of my cousins. She was in the army, but she had gotten discharged already. And she was like, hey, cousin. She was like, come see me in Berlin. I was like, who's going to pay for that? And she's like, you're my favorite cousin. I'll bring you out here. So the first day I was there, we were drinking, you know, and I didn't really know anything about alcohol. And I was like, okay, I'll just drink whatever. And, yeah, definitely one of the top drunkest I've ever been. Was the first time I ever got drunk. But it was amazing, you know, like we got really drunk at 5 a.m. She took me to see like a bunch of historical monuments and stuff. Like I saw the Berlin Wall and just other historical stuff. It's a beautiful place, you know. Yeah. It's very diverse, especially in Berlin. I've noticed there's a lot of diversity there.
Yeah. I've been also like many times, few times I've been like in Germany. Like my half family live in Germany, so even from Poland, like my mother, my father worked for many years, like 20, 25 years in Germany. My sister lived in Germany. They moved to Thailand basically. My sister moved to Thailand like 3 years ago. Now she come back for a while to Germany, but they come back again definitely. And it was big part, like a big step for them also. You know, if you stuck on the like you do business, you have some money there and everything, you cannot leave this because of the like the all the cost what you need to pay, responsibility, you know, what you have there just to even survive. You cannot live like this, you know, because you think it is close your gate to be on the level. So many people, you know, stuck, and the only time when they have like a 2 weeks a year, which you know sometimes it's very hard because you have a dog, you have a this, you have a this, so people
Yeah, a lot of
cannot.
responsibility.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I have like people like, oh, I cannot go because I just get the cat. You know, I cannot go because even my father, like, he get new cat. Oh, I cannot go anywhere because we get new cat. We cannot leave the cat alone. It's like I said, what the fuck? How we can leave the cat alone like for days? He can survive. No, it's small cat. You don't know what he do. So what he cannot do, like what he can do, right? What destroy your house, you know? So many people like set up life like a, you know, I can say jail, and it's hard for them to escape. Even if it's not the best place to be, they still don't want to lose this, you know, because
Right,
they
they
think
want
it,
that's their situation, and
Yeah.
people don't want to step outside their comfort zone.
yeah,
You know, and for me, I feel lucky to not have as many responsibilities, and I feel like that's why it was so important to make this move now rather than in the future if I have kids or I have a
Yeah.
dog, I have a cat or something. You know, I have the freedom of basically going anywhere I want.
yeah,
You know, and very thankful for it. You know,
Yeah.
just to have the opportunity to be in a different country and
Yeah.
to see the world, because a lot of people live their whole life not seeing anything.
yeah.
You know, they're stuck in their hometown. They have so many responsibilities, and they feel like they can't take that step.
I started also like 12 years ago from the Philippines, basically. So I was 24, something like this, but still young compared to the many people. And they're like, I know many people have much more money than me, and they're like, for 10, 15 years, they not go anywhere because, you know, oh, you know, maybe one day, maybe later and everything. And 15 years,
And they never do it.
yeah, they
you know.
never do, you know, like even now when they travel, they don't have that much freedom because they put so much, you know, things, you know, responsibility, you know, the house, the place and everything, when they cannot leave this place for like long, you know, like, you know, when they buying house already, like, oh, we cannot leave the house, you know, because we buy, so what we can do with the house, right? So for me, like, renting, it's always like the best spot. Like, you can buy things if you have a, you know, like really extra money, right? And you buy this, it's fine. But many people buy this for the, you know, last money and the, you know, credit, you know, for 30 years,
And they spend their whole life
yeah.
paying it off.
Yeah, and I cannot go anywhere because, you know, like, what, we leave the house there and I rent other place now? No, too much, right? So I said, yeah, it's what the system design, you know, was designed for this, to stock people on the place, to get the job, to give them extra salary every year, you know, like 10% more. Of course, you know, the inflation take more, but they don't see this. They said, no, but, you know, next year I get promotion and everything. And that, like you said, times go and people getting older and they don't have the energy, power, and they don't have the even, you know, they don't have the vibe to go somewhere to enjoy the same way of life. You know, when you're 40 and, you know, when you're 20, you enjoy different life. You know, you make much more risk, much more, you know, like you go to Germany drinking this one, like everyone pass this one, doesn't matter where they are. But I rather to like discover culture on the different place than just stuck on, you know, my place and they're going the same bar, the same place and everything. It's totally different vibe, you know, because, you know, later, like, oh yeah, weekend, okay, we go the same place with the same people, you know, the same situation, everything was the same week by week, right? When you go to other place, like, oh, new people, new vibe, you know, like, how's the, you know, life going on here? It's totally different, you know. And I know you experience this, you know, like this being this country, even though with the young people mostly, I think, right? So it's a good experience, you know, like you can experience this life and basically, and, you know, you can grow faster, so you don't need to, you know, later regret the time, like, oh yeah, I wish to have a younger.
Yeah, everyone I meet is like, oh, I wish I would have came here at your age. You know, if I was here at your age. But then they tell me, they're like, oh, if I was here at your age, I wouldn't be doing anything good. You know,
Yeah.
they'd be around just going with girls, doing this, doing that. But
You mean, no, they
yeah.
when they'll be younger?
Yeah, they're like, if I was your age and I was doing what you were doing, they're like, I wouldn't know how to act.
Yeah.
You know, but I don't know, I feel like even if it's not something for you, you should at least try it
Yeah.
once, just so you know if it's for you or not. Because 9 times out of 10, you end up enjoying it.
Yeah.
And everyone who I've met who's came here, they always want to come back. They're always sad when they leave, and they're like, "Oh, thank you so much for telling me about this place. Like, I want to come back. I want to come back. Like, when can I come back?"
Experience, don't need to be always good, right? It's about experience.
It's about
But
learning.
Yeah, yeah. And then you also, people say, oh, go to Thailand, party girls and everything. But there's so many different ways. Like I go even Pattaya, I go to your place and I go Jason place, and I just go to talk with my people. That's why I'm going.
Right.
And it's my main things. And I think on the end, like people enjoy the vibe and the like some place when they like it, when they like vibe, and it's changing. Like you go for some reason and you come back totally different. That's what you, like you said, like it's all about the experience, and they realize what it's for you. But many people don't know. Many people don't know. What they like, what they want. So they thinking they like because they're watching online, but when they come, it's like, oh, basically I don't like going to the bars, talk with the girls and everything. I don't like, for example, like for me, it's not the like I don't like when the like everything is like a plastic, like fake, right?
Yeah.
So I know I need to pay them, so she sit with me, and basically she don't like it, and so it's like quite like not comfy, right? But if you go with people who you know, right, and there's people like it's friend of my friend and everything, it's totally different. So you can adjust and find the best way. You can find the best bar,
I really enjoy yourself.
Yeah, like you said, many 80% bars, like they're only chasing for money. The girls only about the get as much as fast as possible. Like, and they know how to act. They are not real, and then you see like it's you not feel comfy. They not feel comfy, but you're sitting there because what can do, right? What other things can do? But you can go other bar, go other place, go other club. Maybe go like more like the weed place and everything, which is totally different vibe. And basically maybe been like placed like this two times, like at the weed, the PS5, the games and everything. Like I don't like the playing games because my life is actually like a GTA, so
We play GTA in real life.
yeah. I
Yeah.
feel like this. I feel like this. Now with my fucking Mercedes, I enjoy so much
It's a
because
badass Mercedes, by the way.
yeah, man. Like I really like like I want to even feel and appreciate because not about compare myself and everything, but I enjoy like without comparing to anybody, right? And it's give me the energy like fuck, like I'm used to have a more expensive ATV than this one, like
Right.
for $10,000, and this gives me like much more fun.
Right.
Even
And it's
sometimes
class,
not working,
too. It's
yeah,
class.
like many things not working and everything, but it's like at least aircon working. I realized after like the aircon working or not working. There's like cold or not cold, and there's so much buttons like like for the like on the left, right, and the temperature, everything. But it didn't work. But I didn't care when I buy this. Like I don't know even to check.
I mean, for the price you told me, I was like, man, that's a good price.
Yeah.
I'd get it too, even if it had something wrong with it. I'm sure it wouldn't cost that much to fix it.
Yeah.
And it seemed like it drive pretty smooth. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm really enjoying.
No issues.
Yeah. So I think many people don't get like they if they don't experience, like if I didn't experience, I would never know. I would always thinking like, oh, it cost like money like this. Even if I bought this, like my Thai friends, if they say, oh, you buy this car, but it's so much gasoline, the fixing is expensive, this one. Like I just bought for 105,000 baht, and I still didn't fix anything, like working. Like I can buy something to this one. I can of course change this. But it's not true because people say like this used to like, oh, Mercedes, Mercedes, the parts expensive and everything, and like gasoline. It's like I have a LPG, so it cost me the same. Like I have a fucking small Honda City, the
Right.
same price, right? It's like okay, 20-liter gas, but the gas is still 16 baht for 1 liter gas.
It's pretty cheap.
Yeah, cheap. So it's like 320 baht for 100 kilometers, right?
Yeah.
$10 basically,
Yeah.
$10 exactly, $10. So it's like damn, it's the same like a Honda City,
Right.
Yeah, so like damn, like it's many people like like repeat some opinion about something they never tried by itself, and they live in this opinion, and they think is the reality, That's what I also see, like you just need to do it and don't even think what other people say. Like I like also spend money for experience, doesn't matter how much it costs you experience. Like you never know, you just spend money, but I have the experience, and this
Yeah.
one nobody never take you from
You
this.
should never cheap out on the experience, you know? Like, if you're having a good time and you're doing something that you love,
Yeah.
never cheap out on it.
Yeah.
That's what I've learned
Yeah.
most being out here.
Yeah, and I think like if you always be saving, like experience nothing because everything costs money. But then if you know this costs money, that is motivate you more to get more money. So you be doing more things would get money, and the same time you can do this on the nice way. It's I think many people don't get it. Like you can actually do like what you love with the people who you love, earn money together, and enjoy time together. That's my like a main core. Like why like I don't want to have a company like 50 people, the cheapest salary because it's cheap labor and everything.
Right, stuff like that.
Yeah, and you get this most amount of money, but nobody from your friends or from the people we work get anything. They cannot go with you anywhere.
Like they're struggling. See,
Yeah.
and that's how I feel. Like I love taking my staff out. My favorite thing to do, I would say, is like taking my staff to the club, taking them out to eat, and I love seeing them have a good time because
Yeah.
they work really hard.
Yeah.
You know, and I don't really have to say anything to them. You know, they just know how to work efficiently. They know
Yeah.
what I expect out of them, and they're always there for me. Especially like when I went home, I was nervous. You know, like I'd been here for, I want to say like 8-9 months already, and I was like, is it gonna be okay while I'm gone? Like
Yeah.
I don't know what's gonna happen, but yeah, my manager's a superstar. She handled everything for me, made sure everyone was on their shit, and no issues. I didn't have a single issue when I was gone, and
Nice.
I love seeing smiles on everyone's face. That's the biggest thing for me.
Yeah.
And you feel like I would much rather put money in my staff's pockets, and help them out because I make money, but it's it shouldn't just be me. I shouldn't be the only one eating. I feel like everyone should eat.
Yeah.
And if more people thought like that, the world would be a better place.
Yeah. And I think they will eventually they do the same for others,
Yeah.
and because they understand how you act, how you treat other people, and the people feel it, like this is something we cannot fake. You can do it something like okay just for your own interest, but sooner or later you feel it's not the point. You are not fully happy, and then you will be thinking like okay maybe I need more money, maybe other business. It's like no, like you just do it the wrong way, the business. You don't understand like the people are the core of everything about your happiness, and it's what you get from return. I was like, oh my god, like
Nothing beats community.
yeah, and I really like it's. I'm a big fan, and like even pushing people. Like you have your dude also, like, and I know you also pushing him to be better. To experience and everything. I have my business partner also, like he's sometimes like fucking hard to to talk and everything, but I pushing him to be better. I pushing him to experience more. I pushing him to make trying new things and everything, and I trying to like discover together with him what he really like, because he can say like okay, do you like the editing video? It's like yeah. It's like do you really like it? It's like no, not exactly. It's like fuck. And like oh my god, so why we never work, at the
Right.
beginning, like
So
why
what
we
are you
even work
doing?
together, like why I
Yeah.
fucking take you? And I said okay, wait, I'm better than this. So I think like okay, but you like the system about this one, the strategy, you like see what is viral, like how it works and everything, numbers, stats and everything. I was like yeah, so we have some budget, so we can maybe you can hire someone, and then you also manage this person, so the person will be doing things what you don't like, right?
Right.
And he like this, right? And then you'll be managing this. And it's like makes sense. It's like, you
Yeah.
see? So okay, it's like oh okay, I didn't lose him, okay.
Yeah.
And later the guy who edit video, he's also like a movie producer, connect also with the editing and the same time also about the audio. And then he just sent message like 2 weeks ago like hey, I'm thinking to move to Thailand, like to Asia and everything, how it looks like here, maybe I could get some job. And I think like I was like if he'll want to be here, like I won't have him here, maybe he'll be do it these things what I need to set up everything, right?
Right.
Yeah, so it's like okay. So I told my business partner, and like, okay, so because we want to make something like a war room, like the people together, making ideas, business, and everything. Like do basically exchange the vibe and the possibilities and everything, because everyone have something on the hand. And like I think you're like, okay, but who will be on the community? Who I wanna invite? What kind of people? And like, wait. We have already people like me, you. There was one more guy, Max. There's Kuba. There's Mike, and it's like we have already 5 people. Like even if someone bring one person, it will be 10. It's already like a lot. So basically,
You can build pretty quickly.
yeah. And it's like, whoa, we don't need to have any group and everything. We start from ourselves. Start of our people who already work together with us. And like, oh yeah, makes sense. And I told my business partner, okay, but you must be the leader, so you need to set up everything. You set up meeting. So we make a meeting, like, video call and everything, because everyone is different country and in different place. And so we start from this. And if you set up, idea exchange and everything, that's why, like meeting with you. That's why I want to like meeting with Jason, because we just fucking exchange ideas,
Right.
improve all the time. Like last time, set up camera, it's like, oh my fucking god, this is great qualities. I told you, like, and I liked, I'm really like glad, like without any expectation, like I always have, like for me, it's like I'm always thinking about okay, how this can work and I can get some money, but it's not my, like it must happen. I'm happy it's growing because I know it's the process and but if we are still connected and we have the same vibe, I know sooner or later it's something can happen, right? So I'm really like, like people say like, oh yeah, you only talk about the business, about money. It's like, yeah, but for me it's people first. And I do it a lot of things without expectation, a lot of advice, a lot of setup, a lot of time and everything, which I love it, right? Because also like it's allowed me to be not hungry anymore because I already know how to like make foundation. But at the same time, I put myself to be more hungry because it makes you more you need to do. You don't have choice. So many people already start earning money. They're already like, it's fine, relax, sabai. You don't need to push so hard, which is also can be stuck you on the level like with the you not go on the full potential. So I look in people who are more hungry than me, because if they have a passion, right, then I'm the energy also
Yeah, you
back to
feed
me.
off the energy.
Yeah.
Right.
So it's the tribe, the people, however we call it, the war room, whatever. It's so important that, especially here when we are fucking 10,000, 15,000 kilometers from our home, right? Some people ask me like, it's amazing, like you set up your life here. For me, it's like normal, right? Like,
Yeah, it's normal every day.
yeah, it's like it's nothing big deal, But to set up the team people, which can be upside down. I have a 15, 20 people on my team, the same like you, like people work with you and everything, management, like and it's like it's working sometime and it's collapse, but it's the process. It's natural way. People go, people come, people go. It's normal, and you just looking at other person, and then you connect with other people, it's normal.
Just life,
Yeah.
Sometimes you find what works for you, and sometimes things just don't work. But it's all learning,
Yeah.
You gain experience from your losses, you gain experience from your wins, and I feel like making money a priority is not going to get you anywhere. I feel like for me, my big focus on everything, I'm a big knowledge person. So anytime I know I'm growing or I'm learning something new, it's priceless for me.
Yeah.
Because I feel like intelligence is very priceless. Just being aware of your surroundings and know what's going on, knowing how things work in your
Yeah.
area, it's very important.
Yeah, and it's like never-ending story. You
Yeah.
can go really deep. Like, especially the business. What you do is you can fucking talk years about this one, and you still like on elementary school. You're still starting.
Yeah.
I feel like even like
This
on
is just the beginning.
it's just beginning.
Yeah, just the beginning.
I know. Like on my side, like I know where I'm going, but I enjoy the process. Sometimes I wanna speed up and everything. It's like, guys, you need to try more better and everything.
Some people don't, appreciate the process, appreciate the grind, because that's when you learn the most. You don't really learn anything when you win,
Yeah.
because you already won.
Yeah.
But, when you're grinding every day, working at it, trying different things every day, you're learning so much. And that to me is like one of the best things.
Yeah, that's what I see many people like do it, the crypto or like getting amazing results even on the social media or like whatever, get good job and the good money. They don't learn much things, and it's not about they need to, but I think that everyone paid the price, understand the learning process, and like realize you're getting better with yourself, you get more confidence on the process. It's this is there's no price about this one. And then, like, even on me, like, I didn't earn money for so many years. Basically, like, I started earning money when I was, I don't know, like 4 years ago, right? But the time, the 14, 15, 16 years, I get so much experience. There will be so much confidence. I make so much fails, right? But it's teach me now, like, okay, like, I don't care about anything right now. Like, I can lose today everything, and I just wake up and I feel, okay, what we have, what we can do today. So this,
And start fresh.
yeah,
You gotta know what it feels like to lose.
yeah,
If you never know what it feels like to lose, you won't really appreciate the feeling of winning.
yeah,
You know, because everybody who wins, it's like when they're not winning anymore and they fail, then what? They're like, oh, it's over now. Now
mm.
I'm just here. What am I gonna do now? There's
Oh,
nothing.
many people get depressed about this
Yeah,
one,
and it's just people basically end their life. They're just okay. I'm just gonna sit here and do nothing now
mm.
because I tried. It
Yeah,
didn't work,
yeah,
so now it's over.
yeah,
But people don't understand that that's not a reason to stop doing what you love.
mm.
When you fail, it's more of okay. What can I do better? How can I change myself? How can I make myself a better person tomorrow, and start fresh today?
So what's your biggest fail?
My biggest fail. Honestly, I would say just not realizing who I was sooner. I mean, it's a little bit arrogant to say because I'm so young, but I feel like as a really young person, because I was going through so much struggle, and I used to look at other people and be like, man, like their life isn't hard, their life must be so easy. I'm over here struggling and they don't know what it's like to struggle,
Mm.
blah blah blah. But everybody struggles.
Yeah.
Everybody has their own struggle and it affects them differently. I wish I would have just it's not expected to learn stuff like that at such a young age. Even
Mm.
what I know now, it's not expected of me. But I feel like that's definitely my biggest fail. And because even other times I've failed, like trusting the wrong person or making the wrong judgment, it's still like I didn't really fail because it didn't hurt me. Like I'm still in a good position today, so I can't really say that I failed
Mm.
because I'm in a good position.
Yeah.
I'm young and I have something good going for me. I've seen so many things and I've done so much shit that
So means
nothing to complain.
you put your expectation very high.
Very high,
Yeah.
definitely. Just coming from a household of high expectations, so I grew up in a family that was like a lot of my siblings weren't really in a good path early in their
Mm.
in their life, and I was the only one that was. So it was like super high expectations, but it was kind of stupid because most of my family wasn't really around growing up. Like I pretty much grew up alone,
Mhm.
and I feel like that's what taught me a lot in like how to be independent and stuff like that. But you know, high expectations just
Mm.
because it doesn't really cost nothing to have high expectations,
Mm.
and it's like when you shoot for the stars, you might get to the stars, but even if you don't get to the stars, you're gonna get somewhere far,
Mm.
and you're gonna put yourself in a way better position.
Mm.
And that's what's most important to me, having big goals for yourself. If you think your goal is big enough, set an even higher goal.
Mm. But it's also the same time you have a people around you who you wanna put to the same spot, huh?
Yeah, it's definitely not. That's
It's
I would
challenge
say
also,
that's
huh?
my biggest challenge is
Yeah.
getting to people to think like how I think.
Mhm.
And obviously, you can't get people to think how you think. It's no one's the same. Everyone has their own feelings and ideology, but you can guide them in their own ways. Like for me, I found out what works best is just figuring out what drives other people, not pushing what drives me on somebody, but what drives somebody else. So it's like, you know what, you talk to me about how you want this and you want that. Why don't you do this and this so you can get there? You don't have, and I tell people every day, you can't be like me. There's only one of me.
Mm.
There's only one Jay Greasy.
Yeah.
But you can make your own story. You can
Yeah.
be your own person. It doesn't have to be like me. You can use me as an example, but you shouldn't try to be like me. You should try to be whoever you are.
You're a leader, huh?
Try to be.
Yeah.
I don't like to be like, oh yeah, I'm the leader. I'm this.
Yeah,
and
but
that,
that's the point. I think if you tell something like this to the wrong people, then people can feel offended, right?
Of
But if
course.
you say like, "Yeah, I'm the fucking leader. I will show you how to do," you like, look at me, like, and I want for you the same. So I realized before you can be cocky, you can be like, arrogant. People call me arrogant, even because they don't see the, what I want to do for them. They don't see, they don't have the same goal. They don't want to go higher, right? So they think like, oh, you just want to go more and more and more. And like, I want you to do more because I know the possibilities. You have so many open gates, and I know if you just do these steps, if you maybe listen me and everything, like I know you can do it. And you can be called arrogant only for people who put themselves on the limit. But like you said, the learning process, especially you when you have so many people around you, and you can rise them on the great level. Doesn't matter comparing to you. They can do amazing things, do it totally different things, and they can be on the top on their own game.
Yeah, and even if they do more than you do, like I would love to see somebody, go higher than I
Yeah.
can even go, because that goes to show that, what I wasn't feeding them bullshit, like I was really giving them something that bettered their life.
Yeah.
And for me, like I'm a big people lover. Like I love everyone, and I want everyone. I feel like everyone should do what makes them happy, what they love. Because if you're not doing what you love, then what are you doing? You sit around, you're all sad, and I feel like people these days are too comfortable being depressed. Some people are just so in that mode of, oh, I'm never gonna be anything, and I might as well just sit here all day because that's all I'm ever gonna be, or something like that. But it doesn't have to be like that.
Yeah, because they don't have the people around them
Right.
who are the samples. Mostly when I don't know about your place, but school and everything, high school, whatever, and it's most of the people there are not the people who you even you must surround, because this is you are it's not your choice to be on the high school on this kind of people, right? But later when you grow, you can choose your friends, you can choose your people right now, right? Like when you're born on some village, some place, like it's my people, my neighbors, but I didn't choose them, like I surrender with them because it's the only place where I can go. I cannot go to fucking other city when I'm 15. I need to stay there, and I need to survive to be with them, with the people maybe even I don't like.
Right.
But there's no choice, and now we have a choice. And like, oh, if I have the mindset like, oh, what I can do if I like it's hard and everything, like, yeah, to fucking change place, find other people, find new friends, go to the place, maybe you surrender total, maybe it can be for short time, you can drink with them in the Berlin, but you need to do something. It's the process, like the same me sometimes. Oh fuck, I need to do something, but I instead to drink with them, socialize. I don't want this, but it's like, okay, but there's some price for this. Yeah, okay. Sometimes you need to adjust. Sometimes you need to play their game to finally to play your own game. And most of the time I play someone game, but I know it's necessary. You need to head down, listen them for a while to understand who you are, to to grind, to hustle and everything. Be basically loser anyway on the end, but then you build yourself. It's happened many times, and I think many people, like you said, they don't have this voice on their head because they don't have people like you. They don't have people like us, And I wish them the same. And sometimes I said, okay, doesn't matter if you want to work with me. And many people don't get it. Like, you really think I just want you to work for me so I get benefits? Like, for me, like, if you're fucking happy to work on this company with other project without me, without giving anything for me, I'm super happy. I'm pumped because I'm happy. Like, I put you in a position when you can grow and you can be happy. So I'm enjoy. Like, I want you to do better than me. I want you to build your own company, even
Right,
the same
create
like
more
me.
leaders,
Yeah, people leave my team before and they open the same company, but they do it this on the way, like they take it this from me and they think they do it better. Like, I'm happy you fucking open the same. Like, I'm not jealous. I'm not take anything from you. If you want to do this way, I'm fine. But like some people thinking like, on other way, they think there's no collaboration. They thinking there's competitors. They thinking like there's enemies everywhere. Like, oh, you do it the same. You copy me and everything. Like, a fuck. There's no way I can copy you. Because I don't put the same time on your project. Even if you tell me everything about building business bar, this one, there's no way I can copy you because you spend so much time on this. And even if you tell me the strategy, it's nothing compared to the amount of the work going to make it, to deal with the people, to learn how to understand them, basically much more about especially about the, bar and everything, because it's different mindset, different people. You need to treat them different. They have a different goals than what I built. So even if you tell me everything about this bar and I open, I would not get the same results, especially, like you still want to do it because that's not the end, right? Like you said, it's just beginning,
Yeah, it's all the beginning, and you can't it's jealousy just doesn't work out, and even if you might see somebody that's, oh, they're making so much money, they're making a lot more money than me, oh, I'm super jealous, but are they as happy as you? Obviously we're both in very happy positions. We're in the most beautiful country in the world, one of the safest countries in the world, and just doing exactly what we want to do. Because I've met a lot of different bar owners and stuff, and they look miserable, you know, they work so hard and they deal with so much. And it's crazy because I meet some guys who have been here for years and years and years, and it's almost like they still don't get it, they still don't know what's really going on, and they're trying to push the ideology of wherever they're from. And it's just constant battle, between culture and just trying to just make it work. And it's like they seem so miserable, and I feel bad because, money should never get in the way of your happiness.
Yeah. Also, I think, especially on your, business industry, many people came to their place, they coming with this vibe already, and then when you spend time with these people who have the, let's say, small mindset, then you get absorbed with this one. So that's why it's like we say again, to surround with the people who have a different mindset. And doesn't matter, I don't like going, meet random people, but I like if I met you at the Jason place. It's like, oh, Jason. It's like, okay, if you know Jason, you at least should have the same foundation, right? So I know, you're a good guy, right? So that's why I like only, people who know someone, because, the energy attract other people. And mostly all, 80% people I met because of Jason was good guys, even if they're sitting, talking and everything, but you listen to them, it's like, oh, fuck, this it's nice
good
people.
stuff, yeah.
Some good stuff, it's like, fuck. So, that's why I say, if you go to the wrong place there, and then you surround with the same people one you have on your own country, there's nothing changed. You come back with the same issue, the same problem, the same drama, and then you copy the same drama and then multiple the same drama. The same happened with the relationship. Oh yeah, but she's like this, and you just give up on, finish some relationship, and you're exactly going to the same person.
Same position.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With the same problem, the same drama from the same place, the same environment which she live and everything. Nothing change if you don't change, if you don't break up the loop. Many people are afraid to break up the loop.
Yeah, they're stuck in the loop. That's the system, we're raised to think like that, just to be closed-minded, and what's in front of us is what is, and there's nothing else besides what's in front of us.
Yeah.
But in the background, there's all this, there's all that, and it's not you don't see it at first, but sometimes you have to turn around. People don't like turning around to really look at what's behind them. But it's beautiful out there. It doesn't have to be what we're taught. It doesn't have to be sadness and depression and working all day, not having fun, not enjoying yourself. Because at the end of the day, we're just humans.
Yeah.
We're in such a shitty system that paper controls our world. It dictates what we do and where we go, what we eat. But honestly, you really don't need that, to be a good person. It doesn't cost anything to be a good person, to be a happy person. It's all a choice. If you're happy with having no money, or, happy with whatever situation you're in, then that's all that matters.
Yeah.
You don't need this. You don't need a fancy car. You don't need a nice house. It depends. Those are all wants. Those are all desires. I feel like my biggest things for me, as long as I'm socializing and I'm meeting people and I feel like I'm creating community, that's enough.
Yeah.
That's all I need.
Yeah.
That's my biggest thing.
It's still much better, even if you compare, if you go on the minimum level just to growing, it's still good, compared to being on, your place, going to the bar, meeting the same people, don't see the progress, and then you get, like I said, absorbed and more, and then the open gate is getting closer and like like getting close, and you don't see the potential. Sometimes I meet people like like 40, 50, like random happen, and like how someone can have a mindset like this, like how. I said no, cannot, no, impossible. I tried, not working. Like what? Like I see like
Closed
100
mindset,
options,
yeah.
like and you said no, cannot. It's possible here. I share so many ideas. I give so many options for people. I say do it this one, this working. I give you contact this one. Try it, and like, and some reply from someone girlfriend, whatever. No, I know people, but they say it's not working. And I said, oh my god, like I think about this like for months, and my experience like a fucking 5-10 years. I know it's working, like 100%. I know if you fucking do the steps, like you're good. You're set up your life. And someone say, oh no, I think it's not work because something, so we don't do it because people are different. And oh my god, like okay, I tried. I'm happy I tried.
Yeah,
Like,
right. That's all that matters. Like for me, I have people in my life that I try a little bit harder for. Like I push more effort into trying to put them into better positions. But at the end of the day, when it comes to most people, I'm not gonna. If I give you free game and however you take it is however you take it.
Yeah.
If you don't want to accept it, you want to be closed minded. That's fine. It's not gonna hurt me.
Yeah.
That was just me showing you that I care.
Yeah.
And that I would love to see difference, and I would love to see somebody make that change and
Yeah.
see that drive in people. But you can't force anyone to do anything. And if they don't want it, they don't want it.
Yeah.
You know.
But I think it's our like responsibility to be better on communication, like to tell them like I want to good for you. I do it this to also not because I want to push you, I want to change you. I want to do it because I want for you better. It's not about me. It's about you, right? And as the communication and the leadership about to being better to share our information with others, like especially on your team and everything, to explain them like guys, this is how I live. This is how it works. This can be done. Don't if it's something happen, don't just say real, say true, don't lie. Like a simple things what we know on the like standard. Many people don't have this from other people, right? It's like you don't need to lie to me. If you need to go somewhere, just tell me, so we can find a way. Like many times I talk to my team like guys, like you don't need to creating story like you are active, right? Just tell me if you cannot do it, if you go somewhere, if you fucking go date party for 3 days and everything, because it's allowed me to more manage everything what's going on. If I don't know before, or like you fucked up and you don't contact, this cause more problem than actually telling the truth, because people are afraid they're saying the truth because they think it is the
They're
fail
afraid of the outcome.
yeah, they think it's something wrong, or they're not responsibility, they fail you, and they not pay them and everything, so they don't want to say if they fucked up, but basically it's cause more problem. So I like to communicate with the people like there's no fail, whatever you do just tell me. So it makes me also me feel better if I can handle the situation well. Like if someone tell me like, oh sorry, like I cannot come 3 days or be somewhere, blah blah. So I said okay, let me think, what we can do, like, oh, some maybe your friend can come and everything. So we create like a, the second, plan B for
like
this.
backups.
Yeah.
Just in case something goes
Yeah,
wrong.
but it's allowed you to create being smart and understand like how you can fix this right before it happened. Like and basically it's a great skill, like how handle situations.
Problem solving.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it's the big part like about problem solving. Like if you are better on the solving problems, is basically it's how you grow. It's how you build your confidence, your responsibility. Like I like challenges. Like sometimes I know, like nothing happened in my life. Like a quiet, like not no moving and everything, and something coming, like some shitty situation. I was like, okay, nice. Like let's go.
Let's
like
do it. Yeah.
what I can do.
That's,
how I
that's
can
the
fix.
biggest thing too, because I really love the challenge, like just being out here. So my biggest struggles, I would say, when I first opened my business was definitely being so young, because like I'm working, my team, most of my team is older than me, like a lot older than me.
Yeah.
So I'm basically like trying to find placement for all these people who are way older than me, and they're a different culture, they barely speak my language, and that was my biggest struggle, just finding where everyone fit in and where I fit in myself, and creating the solid foundation for myself to where things were running smooth. But I enjoyed it because, it's a lot of problem solving and a challenge. I love a challenge.
Yeah,
You know?
you'll never get this when you work for someone. You never get this
never.
when you're a corporation. You can work the best company ever, and you never get so many situations, so many people when you need to listen to them, talk to them, like small things like Google Translate. This one, it looks like nothing, but it's a lot. It's a lot of skills to communicate with someone who don't get something, explain and everything. You will never get this when you go fucking 9 to 5 and then you just need to sit on the, you're basically trying to avoid problems. So on the work, you don't put yourself challenge because you don't want to your boss seeing you are fucking do too much, and you need to minimize your activity. That's what you do on the 9 to 5. You basically need to do it as less as possible to get the salary every month, because if you do too much, they company will get more expectation from you.
Right.
Yeah,
Definitely. That's the whole thing about working a 9 to 5. But as a boss, it's like, when problems come, you can't just shoo them away.
Yeah.
You're the person that everyone comes to in
Yeah.
those situations.
You need to face. You need to just be the person, take on your shoulder, take the responsibility. At the same time, you show others like, oh fuck, like he does deal with this. You just call. You just no waiting when the problem is gone. You need to do it right now. I'm also a big fan when the change in my life, like amazing. It was crazy impact in my life when I just facing situation and I don't wait. When I don't wait, when it's, all time is fix fucking problems. Bullshit, like maybe fix problem, but you don't grow and you don't do
Right,
nothing, right?
nothing's different.
Yeah, maybe
Yeah.
it's disappear, if I don't reply someone for fucking 1 month and later he forgot about me, but it's not learn me anything, not teach me anything. I don't learn nothing from this, right? So facing problem, being the person who fucking take the phone call, be the person who deal with the client and everything, trying to fix, find a way. It's give you so much skills about dealing with the daily life, a lot. And then when I realized this, basically my life changed completely. Like when I just start doing things, then fucking learning. I was addicted of the like fucking courses, like workshop, like all the seminars, the Tony Robbins shit and everything. So I absorb everything, but it's nothing compared to actually fucking deal with the people or deal with the problems and they really work. This was giving me like 100 times more than the fucking all the courses. Yeah, this is a big part.
It's different, and you don't have to be, you can apply these ideologies to yourself. Like, you don't have to be a boss, is what I'm saying. Like, you can just be a normal person and apply a routine to yourself, apply daily morals, daily mindset that just better your life. Because honestly, even if it's like different situations, like I'm doing stuff as a boss and you're just somebody sitting at home, it's different situations, but same ideas. Same things that you apply to yourself that help you grow and help you become a better person and drive you.
Yeah. Small break. We back to the game. Okay. The Truman Show. Are you a true man?
True man. I am true man.
True.
The truest.
True. How you say?
True.
True. What's the difference between truth? It's like one true, like a knowledge, information, right?
Yeah, like
TRUTH.
Oh, truth. The truth. So like, if something is true, I think I'm not sure if that's an adjective. I'm not too smart when it comes to literacy.
Oh, really?
But it's so true is like something is true, and then there's the truth. Like if you're telling the truth, Yeah.
How you deal also with the like language barrier, like because you travel, right? So I'm used to, because in my country, like I learned basically Russian before, because we thought the Russian would be the king of the fucking universe, right? And later, no, the English, everyone will need to learn English, right? And also like you meet people from different culture, right? Because many people, like especially Thai and countries when it's the English is the second language, they always have they don't have the confidence even to talk, which is a big problem, especially about communicate with other people, especially here, like they think like don't know much and everything, but I think it's still better because they're quite open.
Yeah.
Right. So, and also like I think it's our goal, and like say maybe not goal, like our challenge, it's also to give them confidence, to understand, to try to understand them, and they don't be asshole in the base of the like, oh, you say wrong and everything, right? Because like communication is everything, and it's language is the like second things about the communicating with the people. Like you can communicate, especially now you have you have a Google Translate. You can basically like you can real time someone say and you hear and everything.
Right.
So it's more about to communicate, trying to communicate with the people and on the like best way when just it's all about to be understandable, right? And I think many people come here like and they trying to like put on understanding to any culture, which is also like fucked me up before this because I thought like I say wrong, it's like this and everything, and I realized it's all about to want to understand someone, like to not put anybody down and just try and listen and just be nice and kind and really like putting self to the position like if I don't understand someone, it's also my fault because I can ask someone like, what do you mean, right? And especially on your business, like you need to put I don't say extra effort because I believe many people from their own country they don't understand each other, they cannot communicate each other. They compare with the people who speak totally different language and accent, So sometimes I said, okay, you speak English, but like you don't want to communicate with anybody, or like you don't want to understand someone, because someone say you're wrong accent, English, and everything. And I remember when I already like know English, maybe 1-2 years in Philippines, and I go to some bar and there like was some English guy, and like I listen to him like for 2 hours and I understand maybe like fucking 2 words because he's talk about World War II, I understand the tank and the fucking Hitler and few other words and like fuck, I thought I know English, because the accent, it was quite different. But it's also like you are, you can adjust, you can be better, you can also change your accent and the way how you speak, right?
Right,
So
to make it more understandable.
Yeah.
That's what I would say for myself, like, because I made it a priority to learn Thai, just because I live here, I don't want to force everyone to speak English all the time. I'd rather
you wanna learn Thai?
Yeah, well, Phu Thai Dai. Phu Thai Dai, cop. I can speak enough to get me around to like order stuff and just do business,
Yeah.
And the thing about Thai is so they use one word for like many different meanings. So like based on your tones and your accents, in the context as well. So if you kind of know what's going on, it's easy.
You can, but it's also like it's your intelligence to understand like, oh, basically they cannot talk about some super crazy things. They always say connect with the situation,
Right,
the
it's about who you
context.
talk to.
Right,
the
yeah.
context.
Context is always similar. I also understand a lot because I know they talk about me. Say, like you talk about me. How you know? And like, yeah, you talk about this one. It's like, how you know? It's like, I understand one word, but I know it can be connected with the situation. So it cannot be any fucking. You cannot talk about the quantum physics. You talk about
Right,
this
talk
situation.
about what's going on.
Yeah.
Yeah, the deep conversation stuff like that. I feel like that's stuff you really gotta really study for and learn about. But for me, I've noticed because I haven't studied Thai at all. Like I haven't. From what I know is just from talking to people, like meeting. Because that's the thing too. When they teach you Thai, they teach you the very formal way of saying certain words. But a lot of the people who speak Thai, like especially in Pati, it's like it's very ghetto. It's not like. It's not formal.
Yeah.
And you just learn a lot just by talking to people, listening to people, seeing what they do and what they say.
Yeah.
And you just pick up,
But
over
even
time.
Thai people just trying to teach you the formal, the correct one. But they don't use the
They
correct
don't
one.
use it. Yeah, and they'll tell you there's like certain things. Oh, don't say this.
Yeah.
Don't talk bad like this. And then you listen to them, and they're just cussing. and,
Exactly,
like,
exactly. They just try and be like a teacher because they learn how other people like on the school. So they try and do like the same, like a schooling, instead of like doing be practical. So I think it's also the when I met one guy from basically he was I don't know still know if it's Thai or not, but he speak perfect Thai and then like writing and everything, but. Like he understand like the normal language. I said, no, people don't say like this, like, but many people teach you because it's how they learn from the school to say this one, and they try to do it the same, the copy,
Right.
yeah. So like I tried to learn. I always say, for me it's like I don't wanna listen so much things around me So about complaining, because I know we are the same. We talk about the similar things. We talk about the politics. We talk about the government. We talk about the daily things, situation, accidents. Fucking our auntie family and everything. So when you go to some massage and you listen like when they talk and be like, oh my god, they talk the same shit like in my country, right? So I don't want. It's not about some people say like, oh, but you need to know, it's good to know. Like I didn't see it's apply to me, right? But yeah, if you need, I know also people who know Thai perfect, like 20 years here, perfect Thai. They even speak Isan and everything, and they don't use this, right? They don't make anything with this. For me, like I want to learn something what is practical, right? Like
Yeah.
what I can get some benefits, what can be useful and everything. But just to learn, just to be more nicer and everything, it's okay for some people, not for me. But I'm not close, right? Like I learned also in the Philippines because when I moved there, I didn't know there's so many dialects. So I learned one dialect, and then I moved just 200 kilometers, even the same
Nobody
island.
speaks
I
it.
go down and they speak different dialect.
Yeah.
I just come and I use few sentences, want to be nice and everything, ayo and everything, like small things like hello, someone here like ayo, and like and nobody answer. They sitting and like
Like, wait.
oh what and like you don't understand. It's like no, but you are from Ilongo, huh? Iloilo. It's
Yeah,
like,
I was gonna say I speak Ilongo.
yeah.
Mayun gabi.
Yeah. So I was shocked, like even I remember my friend, she was from Ilongo, so she speak Ilongo, she know Tagalog, but the local people, they speak only Bisaya, they don't speak even Tagalog, like like older people who live on the village and everything, they speak only Bisaya. So I said, can you ask them when there is owner of the place, because we're looking some place for rent and some land to buy. And she said, "Oh no, they don't speak, Ilongo or Tagalog." It's like, you wanna tell me you are from Philippines? You go
You
to
can't
other places, you can't
communicate?
communicate.
Yeah.
It's like, oh my god, like.
Yeah, I've seen issues with that. Like, I've been to places where
That's
the,
not too close.
the people were speaking like Ilongo or some kind of dialect, and nobody could understand them, and they would get angry. Like, you need to speak Ilongo. You can't
Yeah.
speak that here.
Yeah.
Like, it's crazy because, you think as a people you'd be able to communicate,
Mhm.
but it's different. It's crazy.
But like I said, it's also about the people. You can meet different kind of people, different group and everything, and they're like, you don't care, no, these people, like, you don't need to talk to them. Especially like Filipino, like sometimes they say, yeah, don't trust them, and like it's like, but they're Filipino. It's like yeah, don't trust Filipino. It's like but you are Filipino, so
It's like,
yeah,
so I
but it's
trust
different
you.
and everything. Like yeah, like I can say also don't trust Polish people and everything. Like
It's the same anywhere you go.
Yeah,
There's certain people that you just can't trust. you
Yeah,
know?
because they also like you see them like without the filter. So if you meet some people from your place, you feel that this person already have the vibe is different, the feeling is different, the way how he talk. This is not the person who you want to surround. It's easy.
You can identify it.
Yeah, it's quite easy. So they know this, they feel it, but you don't have you don't have these filters. So you just come and like, oh, wow, everybody nice. It's like, no, not everyone nice here. That's longer I'm here. Like I know, like of course, like any other country have problem. People like this, good, bad, and everything everywhere. But I think our goal is more to surround with these good people, right?
Right.
And we can choose, having more even local people good around us, because you also need to, you can have bad experience with the any countries and any people, right? Some people, of course, I can say some percentage will be, some kind of, culture and everything will be more difficult to communicate and everything, but it's still about, you choose the surrounding, we choose to be here, and even though the language barrier, we choose to take this challenge,
Right.
Yeah. So I said, I rather have this challenge with the communication, but with people who are more positive, more helpful, more smiling, more open, than the dealing with someone who know perfect English, and they
And is an
they're an
asshole.
asshole.
Yeah.
It's happened, right? It's happened
Yeah.
basically many times, So like, yeah, it's not about language. It's about communication. It's about being nice and being kind, And I see this more. Many times I see, like when I go, especially on like some village, some mountain and everything, people are much more nicer. They don't need to speak word. but the attitude, they're giving something, they say it's okay, you don't need to pay this one. It's like, wow, like
Right.
sometimes I go like the Be Quick when you fix the car. I remember I just go and they like change my tire and this one and like, oh, how much? No, it's okay. It's like in US you pay fucking $100 for this, and they say no, it's okay, it's
No
okay,
problem, yeah.
and they have a 10 times less, and they're like giving you like it's okay. It's like, oh my god, like
Shows you, it
wow.
tells you a lot.
Yeah, it's like wow, like it's amazing. Like like when people, like you don't see people who are struggle on the street because basically everyone can feed them. There's no problem with hunger here.
It's community.
Yeah, it's community. The people support each other. If you want food, they'll give you food. But it's much less what you can do for them. For example, you clean the place after when they, even on the like local shop, noodle, right? If someone need, food, they can just help them to clean and they give them food, right? It's not big deal, but do it something like US, right? Like, hey, can I clean? Like, no, you need to have a work permit. Like, you need to hire you and everything. It's much different, Like, you can basically buy banana here. They give you banana from one place. You can sell on the street, right? And in one day you can earn enough money for your food for your place.
Right.
Yeah, you can have a good place, like a room, normal, nice room, for what you need to pay for fucking US $100, even not thousand. You can have here for 2,000-3,000 baht.
Yeah.
For a room, clean room, right, with the bathroom, with some small kitchen and everything, and many people live like this, and it's fine. You can have the house on the east and everything for 200,000 baht. My friend, but build the house for 200,000 baht. It's impossible to do it in any place,
Possible,
any place
yeah.
in US. So I see this as a, like a good place to be because the community is much more value than any other place.
And it costs a lot less. Like it doesn't. It costs barely anything to be here, and it's like to be in a place where the people are so nice and they're so just outgoing, and they're when people here who have nothing who are willing to give what little they have to you, just to make you feel like you're not alone and you're being supported. And that's you don't see that anywhere else but here.
I think we should learn more about this one. We should, like appreciate more this experience from other people because they show us how we're supposed to live. Because let's say we have much more than the people who give us the service, and we are not that open and not giving that much like them.
Right.
If you take the percentage, they give much more than we who have more. Yeah, so. And I think it's like a lesson like to remind constantly because it's easy to get used to. It's easy to get things for granted. It's easy to be on some level and forget how to give and share with others people. When I started earning good money like a few years ago, like I give a lot, much more even than now, right? So I'm trying to better on this one. I try and also find the way how I can share, give, and everything. I'm also saying the way like I want to help people, like do a business, give advice and everything. So it's also kind of way to sharing, giving, right? But at the same time, I know I can also giving money, helping people this way, trying to buy some things, maybe some food. Also not just give, also contribute with some action. Create,
Yeah.
Cook something, go somewhere, clean something, right? Like be proactive about this one. Not like, okay, send account for the people who need in Africa
take
and
the money,
everything.
blah,
Yeah,
blah, blah.
just click and everything because it's not create you the feelings like you do something, right? But it's also it's required some action. It's required some research. It's required to do something. I remember I help also many dogs and like even I take dogs from the street. Even a few days ago, someone left close to my house. 2 dogs on the street. 2 dogs. It's like just close to my house. Like how happened, So I take this dog. We don't take our area, but don't it's a house, but we take like around them, so they stay basically in our neighborhood, right? So we feed them every day and everything. We take care of them. So we have 2 more dogs, right? So just coming to you, and you need to find a way just to and you need to find a way to help, and you need to find a way to see like living this life, surrender with the people, help people and everything. It's not takes you time. It's not like people think, no, I'm busy, I don't have time for this.
It doesn't take a lot.
Yeah, it's nothing. It's basically nothing. Like you see many people who have like many kids, and they have much less, and they have like 5-10 kids, And right now, people are afraid to have a one kid because no, I'm not ready. I need to have more money.
Yeah, how
you
can I
know,
support?
yeah, how I can support and like this person have 10 kids. Hey, he's Grab driver. The wife working on the like noodle shop and everything, and they have 10 kids. And everyone's fine, everyone's clean. They're staying on the local house, but everything is fine, and they can do right. We just put ourselves like we need to have that level to. When I will get 1 million, then I will start giving to other people, right? Like, man,
Yeah.
it's bullshit, It's,
People think about themselves first before they start thinking about helping other people. Like when the story you tell me, somebody will give you what little they have, and not expect anything back. Just, more like just pass it on.
Yeah.
Like if I help you now, help somebody later.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Like it was like a movie with a small kid who helped like 3 other people. With the this with I think it was also with Bruce. I forgot the name. I know the Polish name, but I forgot the English name. Give. I forgot. Pass away? No, pass. Not pass away.
I don't think I know.
Yeah, I think this is with the small kid who just he helped 3 other people, and later these people help others, and basically create a community like millions of people around the world, like it's come back to him. It's an amazing movie. Yeah, so I think it's just giving without expectation, helping without expectation. I always have the expectation, but don't expect a return. I have the expectation like. No, I don't have expectation like if I give, but I also like thinking like how it can really benefits, So that's why like people confused like, oh, I talk about money making business. Yeah, because I know this one can create much more. This if we connect the ideas and then we actually see we're on the same game. We don't take things from each other. We create more. That's my biggest, I think, big part. What I wanna tell other people like creating business. And the networking, it's not take anybody. It's not take money from us. It's it's creating more money.
Yeah,
it's
creating higher wealth.
Yeah, and the money comes from different source and different potential, and it's so many potential. But you need to be open for this. The Thailand can be paradise, but Thailand can be hell. Depends how you look on this, and depends who you met in this life and on the journey, and there's like bad people everywhere. And it's quite filter, right? Like I always trust and I never lose the trust. Many people give up on this because they have a bad situation. They said, "Oh, I trust someone, now I don't trust anybody because this person,
Yeah, you
cheat
can't
me,
let one person,
Yeah.
dictate how you trust people. I would say it's okay to trust people. Just maintain a position to where if they do decide to do you wrong or, ruin things, it doesn't affect you.
Yeah.
I put trust into people, but I don't put myself in a position to where if they do hurt me, it really will hurt me. If somebody does something to me, it's like, okay, move on.
Yeah.
I can't trust you anymore. On to the next, for sure.
Yeah, and I think like just treat people like blank page. It's a big core because then you always don't put your old experience, old situation to the new person. Sometimes we meet some person like, oh, he looks the same and they act the same because we are quite similar. You realize like
Yeah, definitely.
people are so similar.
Yeah.
I meet so many
Well,
people.
we're all
like,
humans,
Yeah,
We're pretty much bred the same way.
we have the same issue, the same problem. That's why like I have my business partner who I know already more than 3 years, and like I know we'll be fucked up sometimes. I know we fail, but I'd rather to know someone who is honest with this than someone who pretending. He's like, oh yeah, I never make mistake. I never go party. I never fucked up myself and everything. Like everyone the same, have a bad day, good day. But if we have someone who is honest with you and you can grow together and you can say what you feel, that's the big part. Like really like having someone just to share your feelings, how you feel, and the outcome at least can be like this person reply to you, but don't be mad and fucking go away, is the big part, because we need to say what we feel. If we don't say, that's cause the fucking problems. That's
It
cause
bottles up.
Yeah, that's the the all depression, all the mental things, all the feelings like you are lonely and everything. It's stuck because you don't have anybody to talk about your simple things. It's not about complain. It's about to release things what you feel. Say, hey, I need to tell you something. I know maybe can be from me. Maybe it can be my son past fucking issue because, I meet person like you and you are similar. So, I want to tell you like, maybe, you are not okay for me. Maybe you want to, lie to me. But it's what I feel. So I want to just tell you. It's like, yeah, I understand you, And I have many times like this. And I really appreciate because if this not happen, this person was stuck on the head. And they will be look at me like, oh yeah, I think he can be scammer. I think he's scammy right now, And I forgot about some payment, whatever, right? But people already have a building like, oh yeah, I knew it. He's like this, He didn't pay me and everything.
But that's people who like judge you as soon as they meet you.
Yeah. But it's all about the system what they have on the head.
Right.
If you don't have anybody who can explain you and you cannot be real, cannot be true, you need to be pretend you are someone else, someone better. You need to act. I have people like this, like. Who I know they are not like this. They fake the Chris story. And like, bro, like you don't need to like create your new persona. Like you are the fucking amazing guy. Like and you earn this kind of money and you have this position and you work on this company. This like I know it's fake. You don't need to be like this here. Here nobody judge you even if you fucking like will be do it nothing. This is different environment. Like I call myself also like. Sometimes I need to write what I do and who I am and everything because like a bio, right? It's like fuck who I am, like what I do. So I call myself I'm a space creator. Like I create a safe space when people can feel normal, when people can feel themselves and
you create an outlet for people.
Yeah. And like an environment when you like you can be yourself without judging, without putting extra mask on your fucking face and show off. Yeah, when US I have this, like bro, you can have a slippers here and you can be cool dude. You don't need to tell me anything about what you have. It's basically less matters. You realize here, like here. Not much matter how you your outfit and everything because first is the weather. So what you can fucking wear the suit, like
suit jeans,
Yeah, I try like even today. Like, I know be fucking hot. I try like this one. I fuck it. Like you cannot even like be absorbed from the like the all the style and everything. It's harder, right? You can be of course you have your style and everything. The same me. Like even this one, I just wear this because. I bought like new t-shirt and like I thought okay I need to because it's hot so you need to like okay but you have still want to have a good quality but sometimes the good quality it's not the like a breathing the clothes and everything so it's like okay you need to have a nice clothes but you cannot have like this so you see today I'm fucking sweating because it was too thin but so it's still I'm looking the style when it's fit to my lifestyle like the weather and everything but sometimes you see like especially when you are on the city you need to when you go corporation you need to have a jeans you need to have a sometimes you have a jacket and everything because you work in company so there's always aircon and everything and you go super aircon you go outside super hot come back sweating and everything. Yeah, so like you need to adjust. On the Bangkok is more like a people style, like
like the worker kind of class.
Yeah, here like especially on the islands and everything, bro. Like you have a sleepers.
Beach, everyone's got beach attire on, flip flops, t-shirt.
Yeah. Now I try to buy more like some shoes time to time, but still like fucking slippers. Especially when you need to take out the shoes of the most of the place. So like you take out the shoes and later like walk with the socks and everything.
It's like what was the point of having the shoes?
Yeah, like what's the point? Yeah, like in the Philippines, like the basketball is the big part of the culture, and like. Everyone play on the slippers. Like you see on the people like play with the slippers.
And they play very well in the slippers. It's crazy.
Yeah. You have people that are running like and the slippers are like a fucking dead thin, like wow, My friend have like a basketball shoes and he like broke or whatever his how you call this on the foot or whatever like and he have like proper shoes and the all people the slippers and they are like fine right and he like just go for the court and with the fucking proper basketball shoes and he fucked up himself like
it's a horrible condition and but they play so well and that's like the thing like we were talking about earlier people make it work they don't need fucking nice shoes this and that to play good basketball they can because that's what they're used to for them it's like you're playing with basketball shoes like you can't wear flip-flops like that's kind of crazy you know?
And it's even not like they don't have the feelings like this like oh yeah I want of course the culture is still going, to try and catch them and everything, right? And sometimes it's sad because I see like, they're chasing something, but they don't understand exactly. But it's, yeah, I understand why they do it. You need to experience the same, like, your people need to come here to see the perspective. What they take, it's up to them. But at
Right.
least you trying to go somewhere. You understand, and you're like, oh, like this, And more you travel, more you surround with the different kind of people, more you open. Like it's necessary to be open. Like you need to get the perspective. Like I changed my mind about my diet like fucking every year. Like I was vegan, keto, like just 8 months ago I tried like convince my father to eat vegetables, to be vegan, whatever, right? And then after 2 months I started eat full meat, like 80-90% meat, I was like, he said like you said told me before vegetables. I said no, it was before I update my information. Now just meat, beef, don't eat pork, don't chicken, just beef. I said fuck, you changed mind all the time. It's like yeah, but I'm trying to update my information, and it's also I trying to like change, realize what is good for me, which is very important right now.
Yeah, well, everybody's body is different. I feel like when it comes to like diets, like people think like, oh, I have to do keto or I have to be vegan so I can have a nice healthy body. But some people, when they do regimens like that, it's bad for them. They don't really. It creates more problems. So I feel like you kind of just have to know your body, and understand what works for you, what doesn't work for you. And I feel like once you find that kind of sweet spot, then you don't really stray away from it unless like you get bored, you know. But everybody's different. Everybody has different things.
What's your diet here?
I eat a lot of it's just like simple stuff, mostly like meat, eggs, a lot of protein and carbs like rice. It's basic simple stuff every day: rice, eggs, some kind of meat. I like beef. But I don't mind like chicken or pork. I know pork is a little like iffy, but just simple stuff.
On the Thai food, basically.
Yeah, basically just Thai food.
Yeah, but the Thai food, like here, the food, even the normal Thai typical food, it's fucking much better than any
Anywhere
other
else
place.
and the thing too about food here is it's not as processed.
Yeah.
Like you're getting fresh ingredients, straight from the farm, and it's a lot healthier for you. I usually have issues when I go out the country and my body gets used to fresh food, and then I go home and I eat this like processed like stuff that's not good for you, all these additives, and it like fucks my stomach up pretty bad. So yeah, love the food here, definitely.
Yeah, I mean, it's easy for me like to eat everything. I just trying to like more adjust like what is good for me, and it's what is like easy, right? So like me, I mean, it's a process of just understand your body more. It's not about oh yeah, like this food, like this. So how you feel about this, and the testing, trying, like adjust for something. Sometimes it's about to be more about to have something simple than like overthink about something. So it's like yeah, I can. Why the beef? Like because it's also simple for me to make. Just put on the fridge 10 minutes, 20 minutes with this Celtic salt. Make it 5 minutes with my fucking fast heat oven, and I have a food, like a great food, right? So it's more about the practical. Like I think I'm also a big fan of the being practical about everything.
Making things not working too hard.
Yeah, because it doesn't matter how if it's working or not. Like
right, eating is eating.
Yeah, it must be like work for you. Your body and how you feel. How you sleep and everything. So how your day looks like. Like you wake up.
So I wake up. First thing I do is most people do on this planet is check their phones and see what kind of business is waiting for me. Because usually when I wake up, I wake up pretty early. I'd say I wake up maybe like 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, roughly, depending on if I was drinking the night before.
Yeah.
But I wake up, kind of get all my phone business situated and handle whatever I need to handle. Go check on the bar, kind of open things up, get everything running. And it just depends on the kind of day, But for the most part, I'm down there just kind of hanging out with my staff, making things, promoting on social media, trying to get people to the bar. Or what I like to do a lot is just go out as well, like meet people, hand out business cards, but most of my day is just filled with the business. That's really all it is.
So it's the same like me. Just connect with everything.
Just connect.
Because it's your lifestyle. It's it's not anymore like going out and I do fucking nothing, right? You can just go out and basically do business,
Yeah.
especially here on your
Well, it's real easy, you know.
Yeah.
Talking to anybody is like business. I can have a conversation with somebody, be like, "Oh yeah, I own a bar. Like, if you have time, come
Yeah,
see us."
yeah.
You know. So, for me, everything is business. You know, like I do like to socialize. I like to, you know, hang out with people that I know and enjoy myself. But I would say 80 to 90%, it's just
Yeah.
kind of business.
But even if you have people who you know, it's for me, it's always like about the business, like even about conversation about the life, about situation and everything. It's
It always ends up being about
Yeah.
business. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's the kind of people I like to surround myself with. I like to surround myself with people who we can just feed ideas off each other. You know, like maybe you know something that I don't know, and
Yeah.
you teach me something,
Yeah.
and I'm like, wow, that's like really good. I'm gonna apply that to myself, and maybe someday I'll spread that information to somebody else who needs it. You know, so it's just all business for me and connections.
And I think mostly what I learn or like practice something, like for me it's a process of learning. If I give someone advice, if I share my information knowledge, for me it's like I like learn much more than just fucking do it by myself or like just do learning just this one. Like if I teach people or like give the things, like for me it's much more benefits because it's, you know, it's come from my mind and I think like, oh, I didn't know it's basically like this. It can be applied on this way. So like everything what I give, I know I get much more benefits. I always say like, yeah, okay, maybe you know, you think, you know, I teach you something and I have some people who like start earning good money because of my advice. You know, like sometimes, you know, like it takes them fucking year. I said, bro, I told you 1 year ago you just start doing this one. Yeah, thank you so much. I just earned $5,000. Like awesome. But the time when you earn fucking 5,000, I like double because I tell you this one, so I learn more because of you,
Right,
you
now
know.
keep
So
it
it's
going,
like, yeah.
yeah.
So, you know, like the things what I want to share you right now, it's already like, you know, it's much better. And then like I give you just the old things basically. Like I never said it's on. I mean, I always give the fresh new information, like something what is work, you know. Like I loved it, you know, because that's allowed me to keep going, and I know that's the, you know, the synergy and the, you know, conversation, and it makes more ideas, you know, and more people come just give you just a little to your concept and say, oh, can be like this. And someone say like, I think even Mark Zuckerberg, like whatever idea you have, what happened on the process, it will be never the same concept what you start. Like it's developed for so many versions, and on the end it will be totally different even than what you start. That's what, you know, when you see this on the, you know, when the times, you know, go and everything's like you know, the ideas, the concept, the trying, testing and everything, it's come from many different direction, and especially now when these things go so fast, and it's starting to become like very obvious, like you come with something, but there's so many different ways to do it, this business, you know, like even your business has so many different ways. When I come to you last time, I was like, oh my fucking god, I just look this one, okay, this, like so many ideas. Like for me, like it's not the things what I want to do, but I always see some, you know, some possibilities, you know, like even not now, maybe on 1 year, you know, like maybe I meet someone who can be connect with something, right? So I know it will basically, even now I see, even if I talk already, it's something going on in my head, right? Because we stopped doing the streaming kick because my friend, when he's streaming, like he don't have, he have some already like few hundred, you know, followers and everything, but you know, he cannot just talk like for few people and everything. He want to have more engagement, right? And sometimes the time was wrong and everything. So he said like, oh, it's not really like, you know, I don't like when it's nobody there. I need to talk to myself and everything. I said, me too. But then I realized like we find a way when he can create the content, just to create the content without the, you know, interact with anybody. So you basically create the content, do it like a live stream. So it's open again the game for him to be streamer without caring how many people watch. It's also trap. Now people expect you to be like people watching, people likes and everything. It's also a big trap, right? Like for me, like even the building podcast, I said to my business partner, like, don't care about the people, like likes, views and everything. It doesn't matter. I don't build fucking like a influencer world. I build the connection world. I wanna, you know, connect with the people and then, you know, build the network with these people. So it doesn't matter how many likes and everything. Sometimes it can be one person who see me and I meet and I give him some idea or whatever, and we work together, or be client or other side. And it's all about this one. So it's not about views. And then many people get fucking like destroy their head about the likes, about the views. I already proved this. Like I even make before with one account, what I also manage, and we make 140,000 followers, subscribers on YouTube in 3 months, with 100 million views, and we show it's not even money, and so $3,000 from 100 million views and 140,000 followers, because it was the shorts, but many people watching, and people, oh wow, they check stats, oh you earn like $20,000 a month, like no, just fucking sometimes even $200.
Just for the people, yeah.
Yeah, but people don't know. People see the numbers, especially now, and like all the fucking social media are fake. You don't know who's real. How many?
Right.
You can buy likes, you can buy followers, you can buy engagement, you can buy everything, and it's totally different game. Like that's what you said before about don't compare yourself to other people. Just do your things, and it's the best things what you can do. But yeah, you need to use sometimes you need to use the tricks what's going on the world about the strategy and everything, because you can hustle, but if you see it's not effective, it's also that
Yeah.
they motivate you about this part. So what's your biggest success what you've done in your life?
My biggest success, I would say, is just being where I am today, based on the struggles that I come from. Like most people who come from my background, they don't ever leave that situation. They're stuck in that situation for their whole lives. Like, oh, my life sucks. Everything just sucks, and it's never gonna be anything different. But I've always looked towards the end. I've always looked for the light, and I feel like stepping out of my comfort zone, taking the risk of just being here and creating what I believe is community. I feel like that's my biggest success, and also not only creating it for myself but others as well. Like getting other people to step out of their comfort zones and getting them to follow their passions and do what they like. I feel like, to me, that shit is priceless. It's what you can teach somebody will never compare. It's definitely my biggest success.
Yeah, it's like you're living your success.
Living outside of the system, definitely. Like just doing what I want, writing my own rules, living my own story, not living anybody else's story, and being a part of anyone else's situation. Just being myself.
Because also like there's so many version. I mean, there's some hard version how to do business, and many people copy this. Oh, you need to be boss, you need to be strict, you need to be like this. I see this so many times, and I built. And to be honest, I'm also. My way of the building team and everything is very similar to yours, basically, but the same. And I hear so many different ways, and like people say, oh, you fail, you cannot do this one, you need to keep people like hard, and cannot trust them and everything. And I have even people on my team who say, like, they leave me, of course, but they said, like, you make mistakes to make business, you connect friendship with business, you cannot do it. And like, what? Like, this is the main part of why
That's
I'm
how it's
doing
supposed to
business.
be.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like this is my main part. I do it for purpose. These people, I want to be my family, my circle. Like, I will never do business with not my friend. I can have some deals, of course, have some deals when you just have some just delivery something, do something, some project and everything. But if it's about my team and people around me, and when we do something like connect with the like daily conversation, I think it must be my friend. Like, we need to know each other, like each other. If not, it will be fucking painful every day. You'll be struggle because you'll be not feel comfy if you spend with someone like even hour a day with someone who you don't like, and you need to listen to this person. Like, man, this person can fucking kill you, destroy your life, destroy your fucking vibe and everything. If you have people around you just because they give you some money or pay you something and everything. And many people like do things like this. They allowed someone to be part of their life because they get some benefits, and they thinking that the benefits is good enough, so they accept someone being asshole and be around them, because they're thinking like, oh, if I don't have this client, I know it's asshole and he's like acting like this, he's not nice, blah blah, but he pay me good money, what I can do, right? Like no, basically, like, it's the price what you pay, it's much bigger than the money what he give you, and that's why I think people stay on the job, because they're thinking like the salary what they get, it's the price for the not happy life what they have. right? And that's why they fucking waiting for the Saturday just to be drunk to escape from the Monday, Friday.
Numb
And
their
the-
brain up a
yeah.
little bit. Yeah.
The dopamine just to fucking like, oh yeah, fuck it. And they complain and they complain on the Saturday and they come back to the same shit. Like, why? Like why? Like you should Saturday you should thinking like how you can escape from this, so you don't need to go Monday, listen things what you don't want from people who you don't like, earn money what you basically spend just to keep going to this work, because most of the money you just spend to work this company. It's
Right.
funny, right? Like people use the money just to fucking work on this company. you know?
Right. And they never enjoy themselves.
Yeah.
And I feel like it shouldn't have to be like that, because stuff like that really starts to take a toll on your mental health. When you're living day to day, like, oh, I don't want to deal with this fucking person today, or fuck, what's it gonna be like tomorrow? It's like, am I gonna make it to Saturday, and am I gonna be able to, fucking get my dopamine, need? But it shouldn't be like that. You should be happy every day just to wake up and breathe. And that's how I see it. I thank God every day just to see another day, because I've lost a lot of people very close to me in my life, and they didn't get the opportunity. So I feel like as a leader, as a person, that I should pave the way and show people that it doesn't have to be like that. You don't have to live your life being miserable every day, thinking, oh, is it ever going to end? Is it ever going to be different? You can, instead of thinking and sitting, you can go out and you can make the change and be the change.
If you say go out, like what's your advice in terms of the like giving them information what they can do, like on the average person from California, US, like when they let's say have a job and like living the normal life, like but they are not satisfied, they are not that happy, like what they can do, what do you think?
Something crazy and just out of the box, something that you would never expect. Like if you thought, oh, maybe I could try this, but I don't know if I should. I've never tried something like this. Like as far as going out of the country and seeing the world and meeting people, my biggest thing and the reason why I've been able to progress as a business owner is almost solely based off the people that I've met. Because without connection, without network, you're alone, and nobody can do anything alone, because then you're just sitting there by yourself. You're not making money. You're just sitting there. So I would say just step out of your comfort zone, like really try to do something that people wouldn't expect of you, because you never know, you might like something, and if it doesn't work and you don't like it, try something else.
Yeah. It's required some step, huh? It's required some step.
You have to take that step.
need
You have to take the risk.
Yeah. It's not other way. You cannot like place safe on this term, because I think people are too deep, so you cannot do like, okay, I'll do something in like 1 hour. You need to, and especially changing place, and I think is the big part. I think you're right. Like you need to change place, even go for like, holidays, but not the place, just holiday, have fun, just to experience different things,
Just to have that feeling again,
Yeah.
Because some people, they spend all their lives working, they never go anywhere. And it doesn't have to be another country. It can be even a different city, even something that has nice scenery. It might, because you might go somewhere, say you go to a forest, or like a nature reserve, and you're like, wow, like this is so beautiful. Maybe I should start hiking, and you start to find things that you enjoy, and that,
you find other people who hiking also, and you go
Yeah.
to the group, and you talk with the different kind of people. Yeah, absolutely. And also, like the money doesn't matter, because they will spend money anyway. This is the funny part. They think like everything costs money, but they go into the bar, they're buying shit, like they're spending money anyway. They don't realize the money what they spend anyway, they can spend on totally different things, but they will still spend money. Like, oh no, but Thailand costs money. It's like, bro, you just fucking spend on the weekend fucking few $100. You just go fucking dinner for this, you spend $100. You buy fucking this shoes, this one, you spend few $100. Like, what are you talking about? I never spent for fucking shoes in my fucking 10 years in Asia. Like, for the 10 years, now I buy some shoes, but still, like, not that on the total time, like maybe like 4 fucking pair. Like first time I just buy Jordan in Korea because it was cold.
Yeah.
I buy basically Jordans because first I cannot find any shoes. My other shoes was fucked up when I go there because maybe it was too cold, and only shoes what I have for many years. So I buy Jordans. but only because it was minus 14, you know. So I don't want to have winter shoes, right? For the, like fucking 1 week, so I buy Jordans. But I spend like almost no money for for the shoes here, and they're spending a lot of money for the things just to like make self more happy on the place where they live. So they pay the self like okay, you have a shit job, but at least you have a Jordans, like
Yeah, well, that's what people try to, make a thing that like, oh, if you have nice shoes, you have expensive clothes, then you're successful, you're doing
Yeah.
something. But clothes are clothes. Jordans only cost about, $17 to make.
Yeah.
And they sell them for a couple hundred.
Yeah.
Like it's just pointless,
Yeah.
and the whole thing about like, oh, they're fake shoes in different countries, like they're not real, and it's like, where do you think these shoes are made?
Yeah.
Like they're made in Asia, so you're probably more likely to get a better quality shoe here for a way cheaper price than you would get over there.
Yeah. It's a status, people want to fit some version of their life. So
Right, they want the people to think they're,
Yeah.
big and tough and this and that.
because of the other biggest people around them who you think they are happy because they get this, but you don't see if they're really happy, and then you have confusion about this status means happiness, and you never even talk to them like a real conversation, and you don't know they're fucking miserable. And it's happened many times. The same here, like you said, you meet many people who do business here and everything, and they're fucking like miserable. They are not happy. They keep going on some level when they are okay. They have some place. They have this one, but they are not enjoy what they do. So they have a like 9 to 5 job, but instead of here they have a 5 to 4.
Basically like 24,
Yeah.
Yeah, the people here, like, and that's the thing too. You see a lot of business owners start business here because they see the city and they see what it's like, and they're like, oh, this would be perfect, like what could go wrong? And then they open a business and they realize like this is horrible. Like it's hard work, like, and I knew that coming in, but for me, it's like I wanted to learn. I had no issue putting in the hours and putting in the work because I know that's what it takes to be successful.
Yeah.
You can't just sit around and expect things to come. And I feel like that's what it is for a lot of these people who have all this money. They're like, oh, whatever, whatever the money is, I'm going to pay it, and I'm going to have this business. But taking the time to really sit down, get to know your business in and out, know the culture, know your clientele, your demographic, it's like nothing else.
Nobody do things like this,
Nobody.
There's not many people who go deeper even about understanding the clients, the culture, the vibe, even about the hours what it's most effective, even about be better on the the low season and everything. Even if you step out from the business, understand again, change something. Many people like stuck on some concept from the beginning to the end, and for many years, and I think like, oh, it's no season and everything like that. So maybe you change fucking the name, maybe you change the place, maybe the entrance, maybe you change the many things you can do it, but they complain from the outside, external things, instead of just improving what is inside. Maybe people don't stay here because the price is too high. Yeah, but we need to earn some money. But maybe if you lower the price, you attract more people. But because you struggle, so you don't wanna lower the price, and maybe you put extra things. Nobody buy this. Nobody buy because you don't have this. I see this. Like I remember, it was when I was young. My friend have a shop, and I asked him like, bro, like why you don't have these products? He said because nobody buy. It's like nobody buy because you don't have it. You need to check, you need to try, and you need to test.
Because you never know. You could have somebody come in.
Yeah.
Like we've had that issue before where I was like, oh, I'll buy a bottle of something, like, for example, Fireball. It's not super common here, but I have people who drink it.
Yeah.
So I had that bottle sitting on my shelf for maybe a few months, never opened.
Yeah.
But then I had one guy come in who was like, you guys have Fireball? He's like, I can't get this anywhere else. He was like, I love this. And now he comes all the time.
That's why I go to Jason, because he have a Jägermeister, and later he even buy. I even didn't know, he know about this one. There's a Jägermeister costs like 1,000 baht, but there's also Bitter Kruger or something like this, which is cost like 600-700 baht, right?
Yeah,
and
that's
basically
what we
the
drank
same.
last time, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's basically it's the same, right? It's this all about brand and everything, but in Germany it's the same price. But here cheaper, this one, right? So I always buy this one and always go to his place, and I always drink the Jägermeister or the Bitter Kruger. And I always say to Jason, I take always bottle and everything, right? So it's like cool, done, right? And I always go, and then last time I invite friends and everything. We spent, fucking good money, and also because he have this, because I feel like this, he care. Like I ask like, oh, get the Red Bull, like, oh, and even last time he ordered the can, but I said it's not the original. The original is the Switzerland, right? So this one is because people also get know this because of the gas, more soda and everything, right? So people like this one. Yes, more expensive, but you charge more, and then you need to have, like there's many things, and I really like see sometimes I talk with the people like, bro, like like you can do so many things here, like, and you're like, you don't know like how deep it can go, how great it can be, how grow it can business be done, and not only about this place. Later you can open small place with this, but you see there like so many options, too much options for me. Like did you hear about the term of the they call this uh, par, uh, paralyze, analytic paralyze, like analytic, like more
Yeah.
information, I think, and paralyzed, like you are stuck because you got so much information. And I think I have this many times, and I think it's a common term, like when the people get too much information, they they don't know what to do because it's overwhelming.
It's too much to shut
Yeah,
down.
so
Yeah.
they like freeze because they don't know what to do. And I get this term from the guy who was worked before for me, and now he's 19 years old and he do amazing things. And then I realized I'm like this, so that's why I'm looking people who like I talk and they just give me the push. It's like, oh, choose this one. It's like, oh, great. And it's allowed me to not overthink, just to choose whatever I feel and this person feel. But I need to have someone who like give me just a little advice or
Little
vibe
boost,
to
yeah.
boost to choose this one, or like talk more about this one, and it's pushed me to the next level. And it's like, wow. And I think many people, oh, I don't know which this one color or this one, so they don't do nothing. They stuck, It's like, oh, if I buy, it's not working. Doesn't matter. You need to move. You need to constantly move. Doesn't matter. You buy this one, buy this one. That's why I improve about this part, this part, this part. Like I try to constantly improve, even about this place. Like every time it's like, I try to improve, be better about this one, better with the backup, checking this one. It's how I learn. And I always say this, but like even be top 1% of the podcasters, it's required to do a 21 podcast. And you are in the top 1% podcasters, because most of the people gave up. Most of the people like, oh no, it's nobody listen in this one. I cannot have the people. Like, I don't know how to get the guests and everything. Just focus on just about one part, just to get people on your podcast. Later you realize how everything the system works, and the same on the bars. Like you just fucking, if you dig deeper, like, whoa, this like. If you go deeper, then the gates are more open, But if you just
Start
go
to
this,
see a lot more.
much more, yeah. And then you realize the small details about price, about battles, about taking care of the clients, about even the way how you talk with the people and everything. It's so much to make it, and this really bring the effect, they all any brands, even like you have a Hooster, right? Hooster or Hooters?
Hooters. Yeah.
So it's like a franchising, right? So that also they make a system, they make the product and everything, right? It's required a lot of work, and you do the same, but on your own version, because sometimes if a corporation, they don't take care much about the clients. You are more, you have a more how you call this? You can do much more, and you are you are how you say this. You can be part of every part of the business, right? And you are not stuck by some system and the requirement, or like corporation rules and everything. Many times when I work as a corporation, I cannot do like fucking many things because no, we need to ask about the manager, waiting for 2 months to make some this one, to change this one. I remember in the Philippines I work on the call center, and basically was the number when the company when the clients called to call center, right, about service, and that this number didn't work. So people listen, hello, this is the line, TCL, this number not active, please call this number. Like, I said, why you cannot just change the number, right? And like, oh no, it's required, to the, some, and they didn't make it. Or like takes them 2-3 months to make it. And like, but how frustrated can be someone who called for the service and need to write, take the paper, write the other number to call. Why you cannot change the number there or just redirect the number, right? It makes much more easy. But because of the rules of the system, someone maybe get money just to fucking, have the number there, so they pay maybe some other service, so keep going, so they don't want to change because maybe someone get money from this. Many times like this. That's why I like to be the person who have some voice and be responsibility, and they can do everything. That's the freedom. I think it's more about the freedom. Like you can do whatever you want, right? Yeah. You are not stuck. Someone tell you like, no, sorry, we cannot buy bottle because nobody buys, it's too expensive and everything, right?
We love to make people feel, give them more of a reason to want to come back. As a business owner, this is the thing that most people get messed up, is that they think, oh, well, I'm a corporation, or I'm a business owner, so I have to play by the rules. I have to do it like how this company's doing it. I have to have a bar like how this bar is. But people don't understand that if you have ideas, and even if it sounds crazy, it's still, something. And it's usually the small things that really matter. That the small differences you can make to make somebody feel more comfortable, or give them a reason to be like, oh, this is the only place that I can get this from. I'm only going to go here now. And it's usually plus sides, like when you have good staff and stuff like that. They're like, not only can I get this here, but the manager's hot or something like that, like she's a good lady, and it's just the small things that make the difference. And most people don't realize that.
Yeah, it's the daily adjustment, the daily small adjustment, you don't need to fucking change in one day. And I also catch myself about this part. Like I'm trying sometimes do it too much in one day when I stuck do it nothing, because okay, we cannot change this one and everything. So it's also I learn also about this part, like okay, today I just make this, just 20 minutes about this one, or just 1 hour this. Just I trying to post 5 things, not even one, not fucking 20, not 50, just one. Just make one clip and everything. So and every day be better, about this part, small things. Sometimes, it's not about to get effect from the small things, but to learn to do the small things, to learn constantly improving, especially, on any age. Like I know it's especially you have a big expectation and you want to achieve shit a lot of things at this age, but at the same time you have a time, so you can also understand the small things matter. Like like if you do like this Kaizen method is like improving 1% like every day, right? It's if you accumulate this, it's fucking like you are basically going to the roof with the results, right? Improving, adding every day something, small things, communicate, call someone, send message and everything. Sometimes say, hey guys, how are you today? Everything is fine and everything. Make some system and make them feel like they're important also. Like it's also a big part, right? Like they make them feel like they matter, they're important, they're part of something bigger. They are, you appreciate them work, you see them, you watch them, and then you see what they do, right? And many people don't do it. They like you said, it's supposed to be the standard work for the clients, like we talked before about the tip and everything. But for us as a leaders, we should be better with this, to appreciate the things what they do, to see the behind the scene things, to see you are interesting what they do, right? You take care of them, right? True.
True. The best way, it doesn't matter if you're working at 1% every day or 100% every day. As long as you're moving forward, that's the main goal.
Yeah.
You should always want to make a difference. You should always want to better yourself. And as a business owner, you're basically creating future. You're creating a future for people who aren't on that wavelength yet. And you're making light, you're making paths, you're guiding people, and it doesn't have to be big. Like you said. Some days you might post 20 posts or 21 posts.
Yeah.
Some days you might post 5.
Yeah.
But you're still doing something. You're being productive and you're moving forward.
Yeah.
And that's the most important part.
You know Gary Vee, right?
I don't.
Gary Vee? You should know him.
Maybe if I'm bad with names, but if I see his face, maybe I know him.
He's great businessman, but he's also a big influencer at the same time. And he started first online wine shop, but now later he have a big social media agency. But he's also a big influencer, and but his big motto is about happiness, like the biggest currency. It's not about fucking money. It's about the happiness. Of course, there's money, behind this, and also like, giving, good things to the world. But taking like, being happy every day, have the people around you and who you work to you together, and you growing and everything is the like, is the all. It's all about this, right? Because you said this before about if you just focus on chasing money, you lose you're losing on the beginning. You
You
fail.
already lost.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, you fail if you just fucking focus on the money, because money is always outcome about our happiness and passion. And if you more will be taking care of this one, the other things will be outcome will be like side effect of taking care of growing, of doing things what you love and everything. And you'll find a way how to monetize this. Many people think like, oh, but how I can get money from this? Trust me, you'll get money if
There's
you do it
always
with
a way to
passion.
make money off of
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
And
like you said, if you're doing it for the money, you lost. You got to do it based on passion. If you don't enjoy what you do, you're in the wrong field.
Yeah.
Like I know people who they've been working the same thing 20 years, 25 years, and have nothing to show but that. It's like, what were you really doing, for 20, 25 years? When you could have been doing something that you enjoyed, because at this point now you're old, you're wrinkly, you hurt, you're sore, and you have this money, but you don't want to go do anything. You just want to relax now because you're finally like out of hell. But if you do something that you enjoy, it doesn't wear you out, and it just creates nothing but benefits, not only money-wise, but, as far as mental health, who you meet, and as far as community, like you just build everything.
Yeah. I think the main part of our today podcast is the community,
Community,
Yeah.
big community.
Yeah.
That's the number one, I feel like, in the world, and we don't have enough community in the world, I feel like. And that's a big thing in America, too, because we're kind of raised to hate each other. One thing I can say specifically is in America, nobody calls each other Americans. It's either, oh, you're white, you're black, you're Hispanic, you're this, you're that.
Diversity.
It's super diverse, but we were all born in the same country, and we're the same people. Like, you come here, no one's going to say they're brown, they're black, they're white, they're this, they're Thai. Everyone is Thai, and that's community. And I feel like if more people understood that and more people appreciated that, then it'd be a lot better.
Yeah, so it's a work to do things like this, because it's required some action. You cannot just be the part of something, because nobody teach us to make community. Like we even understand wrong what it's mean community. The community is the people you work. Community is the people, your family, people, your friends, and everything. Like it should be like a big part of the making a business and life. There's that's nobody teach the life school. And the community. I always say like you need to have even one person who you can say what you wanna say, share ideas, share everything what you have on your fucking head, and they have someone who listen and someone who support, because this is the other part, right? Like you can talk to someone, but nobody do this before and it's not working and everything. Like, bro, I have a fucking 100 ideas, but allowed me to just to share this with the people, and I create something what it's work. Maybe one of fucking 1,000, but it's enough. You can have one things what it's working for fucking 1,000, but it's you keep moving. You it's how you get to the one to have this 1,000, right? You cannot have the one just to fucking try it one time. Like many people like even looking job or business and everything, and I say, you just talk to the people, find some people, and it's like like I tried, but nobody want to work with like this. I said, with how many people you talk? And like, oh, I asked a few people, like how many? 5. I said, oh, bro, I asked 1,000 to get one person. 1,000, right? Sometimes I connect with the like some groups, some whatever. Like I have, imagine I make I think it was like 8-9 years ago. I make a group on Facebook. I call this free seminars and workshop Philippines, and today this group have, I think 25,000, 24,000 people. And it was like many years ago, and I realized like it was 24,000 people right now in the Philippines. And I'm trying to do like more workshop there, and then give them a lot of knowledge for free. But also, it didn't work. Like maybe like few people watching me, but from 24,000 people, also because of the internet connection. So they cannot get the watch live and everything because they get a lot of data, and the mostly Filipino have the free data. They can watch pictures, but they cannot watch videos. So it's really limited. So it's very sad because you make the community, you want to share with the video, but you cannot even show them because they don't have the data, and the way how they can learn is from the video, right? Maybe I can make text, but it's not that effective, and it's not the way
same, yeah.
not the same, right? So it's like, fuck, I say I make big community, but
what can you do?
I cannot do, so I'm trying like still use the potential because I know it's a great start even for my business, but I cannot do much about this one, and it's sad sometimes, that's why I say, like, you need to change sometimes place, you need to, and you said correct, like, you need to get out from the place where you are, fucking make some steps, take some risk, and it's mostly it will not work, but you learn the behavior, you learn something, and, like me, like, I just moved to the Philippines, zero progress based off the money, but shit a lot of progress about my mindset, about, open gate, understanding English. I learned English in the Philippines.
And shit like that is priceless, you
Yeah.
know? Like, the knowledge that you get from stuff like that, no money can buy that.
Yeah.
That's stuff
Yeah.
you build yourself. And as far as, like, taking that step, I feel like for most people it's just fear. People fear of rejection, fear of failure. And once you stop being afraid of failure, you can grow.
Yeah.
You can if you fail, you fail. Get up, do it again. Do something different, change it. Make the difference. Be the difference that you want to be in your life. Don't wait for somebody to come tell you to do something. Don't wait for somebody to tell you who you are. Make yourself the person you want to be.
Great. Do you have some advice for your generation? I know you have. We talk, today about this one because I think it's a big impact you can do. And at the same time, you build your social media, right?
Yeah. So
Just a little.
yeah. So
you
follow
can
me on Instagram. It's ___. That's about it. In my business is Whisper Lounge in Pattaya City. And my advice to anybody out there who's young, doesn't matter if you old or young, be the person you want to be. If you're in a shitty situation, shit looks real fucked up for you, get up, look that shit in the face, and just say, this is not how I'm going to live my life. I'm going to be the person I want to be today. Don't wait till tomorrow. Don't wait a month. Be that person you want to be that day. And just do it full potential, like 100%. Give it your all. Don't be scared. Don't be shy. Don't feel like you can't do it because of what people tell you and where you come from. If you want to make something happen, you will make something happen. And it doesn't matter your age. I'm 21. I'm living my dream. I'm owning a business in a different country, 7,000 miles away from home. And I've never been happier. And I feel like when you find your passion and because it won't come easy. It took me a lot of trial and error to find out what I really wanted to do. But when I found what worked for me the best, I've never looked back. And that's what I feel like. Don't let anybody try to tell you any different.
And do you have also people like you, like someone was your teacher, or like you have some friends who give you this advice? Like how you get this, mindset,
I just learned, So from what I was saying when I was younger, I grew up pretty much alone. So based off like, my siblings weren't really in the best place and they were off doing whatever. And same with my parents. They were always in different parts of the country, different parts of the world, trying to better themselves. So growing up alone, it gave me a lot of time to think and to really learn how to take care of, because not everyone's going to have your back. Sometimes at the end of the day, you're going to be alone. It doesn't always have to be like that, but you have to be ready to be alone. And it taught me I basically taught myself everything. I just, through what I've learned, through my experiences, and I didn't take my fails and my struggles in life and take them as, oh, this is going to affect me forever. I'm going to be hurt forever because of this. It showed me that, there's ways to solve these problems. There's ways to overcome. No matter what type of situation you're in, you can always overcome. Even if you think it looks
like 0%. Even if it's 0.0001%, there's always a chance to overcome, and anybody could do it. You could be the smallest person, you could be the biggest person, you can have a lot of money or no money. There's always change, and there's always room for growth.
So, last question, because it's the time when you're alone, and it teach you like be more independent, like depends on yourself, and just learn to be also alone, which I also connect this with community, because separate everyone can do, especially on your business, like everyone is quite like personality, right? Everyone have own things to do, right? And have time to do work alone, right? But I think is the important, like, okay, you do it your part, even alone, thinking, working, staying even at home, digging, checking and everything. And the same time, you have a people on your business who do it things alone. You don't need to be always with them. That's what you say. Like, they're quite independent. You have a manager who are basically can run the business without you, But the community, it makes you feel like you are important and you are part of something bigger, right? So I think it's a connection. What do you think about this one? Because many people trying, like, because of they don't trust other people, so they trying to do it everything alone. That's why they don't want to go to the position like you, because they afraid of the risk to work with the people, like someone fail, so they say like, oh, I don't trust the manager, I'll do it alone. So they're trying to run the business, and I think that's why they don't grow, right? So what's your opinion about this one, to the same time be alone and independence, and have a community, how you can deal with this one, to have people around you, but at the same time it's quite be strong and the independence same time?
They both have to do with growth. Trusting people is growth, because some people come from backgrounds where they've had so many people do them wrong in their life that they can't trust anybody.
Mm-hmm.
And people look at it as like, well, now I can't trust anyone. I have to be alone. I have to do everything by myself. But there's nothing better than having somebody at your side helping you through the way. Even if it's something small, it's like emotional support, just keeping your mental on the right track. They don't have to do anything but speak kind words. And just, it's good to know that there's somebody there, and it creates a lot of ease. And I think it's very important to have people around you. And even if you have issues with trusting people, and you've had people in the past that have been untrustworthy, don't let that be the determining factor for how you trust people, because trust is a very important key to business. And nothing can be done alone. I'll say that 100%. Even from my background, growing up alone and having this independence, I know without my team and without the people around me, I'd just be some guy in a shop, and nothing would be happening. So definitely trust people, and try to build that sense of community with other people, because it could really benefit you. And even if it doesn't benefit you, you learn. Either way, you learn and you grow. Growth is the number one.
Man, that was epic. That was epic, man. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me, man. It was a great one.
I'll put the the links to your page and everything. Definitely, people need to hear, listen more, and hear someone with this age, because many people, young generation, they have a harder time, based off the fucking social media, many bullshit, copy other people without perspective. Some people with the luck, just to do it shitty things and then get attention, because also the world and the system want bullshit people to be famous, because the people later copy, brainless, dudes, which
makes them easy to control.
Yeah. And many people that are, they already sell their soul, to the system, to the fucking corporation, like the Mr. Beast and everything. It's definitely the people who like, need to do things what they tell them, because they need to fit to the agenda, which is having people who consume, not create, right? Like, they don't want to have more people like Mr. Beast. They want more people watching Mr. Beast, And like, for many years I didn't know who's this person, right? But I realized later who's this person when I learn more about the like a business, right? Like, oh, this guy, like, he's the creator. Like, I mean, he do something about his work, not about just to see what stupid things, the pranks and everything, right? So I think like, people with your age, like, they can fucking build the business, and they don't need to be the part of the machine just to consume, like, rather to open fucking Instagram posting than just get the fucking all the bullshit information. And like, it's crazy how many bullshit is on the internet, and you think their life looks like you need to be asshole to be fucking famous even. Like, it's crazy. Like, especially, sorry to say, but in fucking America is really good about, you know, selling.
That's the biggest place for it.
Yeah.
You know, that's where it happens the most.
Yeah.
You know, it's because for the 1% of people who make all this money, that's the system that works for them.
Yeah.
You know, so they're like, yeah, you want to be an asshole? We'll give you a bunch of money to go
Oh,
spend it
yeah.
on bullshit, you know? Well,
Yeah.
yeah, we'll do that for you. And in return, we get a bunch of money off you, and we get your soul.
Yeah.
You know, yeah, of course.
And the machine works perfectly, you know,
Yeah.
like you just consume more and you buy this one, you need to buy fucking better shoe, better Jordan, and makes machine going on, you know. And like, yeah, you're famous, but you are looks like everyone else on the world. And I think being different, you know, I'm not talking about the fucking like the agenda, like the, you know, LGBT and everything. I'm just talking about being different on the way how you want to build business. And I think the building business, being a positive guy, being kind, loving people around you, building community, building friends, and then make money on this way. Don't fucking sell, you know, bullshit pranks and you know, fake, you know, like not many even people know, because I cooperate with the people in Poland who do it like you know, freak fight and everything. But they don't realize on the like US and everyone is on the NDA, and they just make the fucking, you know, fake fighting, you know, between each other, beef and everything. It just make more views. People just commenting, oh yeah, he don't like this person and everything. Like, bro, like everyone there sitting on the same table, and they're just making, you know, more money when you're just commenting it's real.
Just
or not.
laughing at
Yeah,
you.
just laughing
Yeah.
like, oh my god, they believe it's real, you know,
Yeah.
like everyone
People will believe anything these days. You know?
Man, thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Pleasure.
Man. Pleasure.